Hey everyone, and welcome to D&D with Chrisiousity. We are continuing with the corruption of Lirune. Tonight we're going to be picking up from where we left off the exciting tale last time. We're here with R&D, Chrisiousity, Micro, and our other party member will be joining us a little bit later. But normally at this time we have Micro do a wrap-up of what we did in the last session, just to remind everybody.
Well, we went down a very janky elevator and came into a very pretty city underwater. And then we met Ariel's dad, and
under the sea.
Exactly. We met them and we had a chat with them, and we managed to not offend them.
Yes, which was good.
Which was
For
good.
us.
Yes.
But we're still pretty sure there's some sketchy shit going on, right?
Possibly.
Maybe. But that's not part of the story retelling. The other was that we learned some more about what had transpired. Well, we already knew it from the diary, but we got it for like a first-hand account of what actually went on down in the underwater temple of death.
Yeah.
So we went down, and then we went back down into the underwater temple of death, and
as you
fought
do,
a big, weird jellyfish thing with a skull inside. The skellyfish. That's the name.
Ooh.
That's the name we gave it. Skellyfish. Which, we fought the skellyfish, who also tried to take over our brains. Which no. And apparently cursed us, but we never
brains for the most part.
Yeah, well, it also tried reverence. It seemed like it cursed us, but we never found out what the curse was because we have a paladin, so and two clerics, so curing curses is kind of what we do. That's
and
pretty
then
much
Elspeth,
it. Mainly the big fight.
Elspeth
and we
also
We found a box.
Yeah, Elspeth also was like, this doesn't seem like enough for a temple. Like, if he's down here talking to stuff and worshiping it, it seems like just a floaty head wouldn't be enough. So Elspeth encouraged Blue to have a look around. And then Blue just totally knocked it out of the park when it came to rolling perception.
Yes, and we found a big black box.
Correct.
Well, not big, it was like a foot by a foot by a foot.
Yeah.
And then we did stuff to it, and it slightly grew, which is concerning. It seemed to suck in energy. So we
stood around and went, let's throw this spell at it. Ooh, let's hit it with this. What happens if we throw this energy?
And at the end, it was like, maybe we should, I think we ended up agreeing to just,
I think our NPC was like, maybe guys stop it.
Yeah.
You obviously aren't smart enough to figure this out as a party, so I need to step in as an NPC and tell you to knock it off.
And then we ended up saying, okay, let's leave it down here because we weren't entirely sure if taking it out of the temple was a good idea, and have some of the Triton people who specialize in magic.
Yeah.
We don't do, but have them look at it. Some top tier wizards and clerics and stuff. Yeah,
but we took it out of the water to make sure it wasn't continuing to pollute the waters.
Yeah, so it didn't spread its corruption through the water. Mm-hmm. It's polio, I guess.
Yeah.
It's cholera maybe. It's undead cholera.
Yes. And then I don't quite remember if we managed to get back out or if we were still down there or what.
I think that's where we ended up, is just leaving.
Well, we kind of fast forwarded.
Yeah, to the boat.
Yeah, to the boat.
Submarine.
Oh, right. Submarine. And we went back because everyone was happy because the prince was better.
Mm-hmm.
He had broken the hold on him and he was awake again.
And I just realized that it had a skull inside the jellyfish, and the thing he was holding, the whip, which was also a skull. I'm an idiot.
Blue has the skull.
Yes, in fragments.
Oh, and that's also, we took the skulls out of the door, shut the doors, and took the skulls out of them again, so people couldn't just wander in there.
So only the people who we want to get in can get in.
Mm-hmm.
Blue wants to experiment with the skull he's got.
Yeah. And Elspeth
Blue
hasn't
wants a
gotten to
skull
show off her new level stuff, but that will come. It'll be a surprise when it arrives. We'll have to wait for another
Alright.
fight for that.
Well, first, and I wanted to wait till Jess was here, but I don't know when he's going to be here. So you guys should just tell him when he comes. Because you all did so very well, actually using teamwork and strategy on the boss and kicked his ass. I think everyone here has earned an inspiration point, so you can just mark that on.
You know, I've never used my inspiration point. Does that mean I get two?
I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who actually used it.
Well, you can have two now.
Okay, yeah, okay. I actually realized, oh dang, and then I was saving it for the boss fight, and then of course, what happened was, when they were going down this, it was just Jess and Blue and Reverence were the only one fighting. I was like, I'm going to save it for the fight with the prince, and then I never got down there for the fight.
You were all buffing.
So
you were trying to get down, and then in the second actual boss fight, you were like only like mainly buffing and like fighting minions.
Yes, skeletons.
Chrissy, this isn't something that you have to use, but I did see somebody else use this where they did what they do for inspiration is they give like a lot of it and you can like bank it, and each inspiration point, rather than being like a reroll, which I think it's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Rather than being a reroll, yeah, you can use it to like, depending on how many points you got, to either increase or decrease a roll by that much.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Well,
so like yeah.
What I do in my game is I encourage my characters to think about it creatively. So if they say, okay, well, I want to give this enemy disadvantage, I'd like to use inspiration for that. Or if I want to take my spell up to affect one more person,
it's basically making it like you can affect you are now allowed to affect the story or the chain of events slightly more than usual.
Yeah, or if someone important like Jess whiffs, I'll give him my inspiration to try again, and that way it's not just advantage on a roll. And it encourages people to think, and it has to be reasonable. It's maybe like stepping things up one or whatever else. But as long as it's reasonable.
I create a black hole and suck up the enemies, but it's the black hole that specifically only works on them.
But if you're okay with that, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right with that. Give me a creative idea, and I'll probably let you run with it.
Yeah, cool.
Black hole it is.
Yeah, right. So now you guys were ushered into very beautiful.
Oh yeah, we got the best.
Rooms.
We got the best. The best.
We weren't meant to wait an hour.
Nope. You were brought to very beautiful, it's actually more of a suite. So you each have your own very lovely bedroom, and there's sort of a common room as well.
Nice.
So I believe you all decided you were going to go to sleep, and we were going to...
Nope.
No, we didn't.
I don't sleep anymore, remember?
Well, I haven't changed any of my stats from the last game, so I've not rested.
Yeah, I haven't either.
All right, so I may have just assumed you were gonna. So, all right, you are in your beautiful apartments.
And
Blue
definitely wants to fuck around with that skull whip.
I will.
Right.
I feel like we should probably have Reverence and Erasmus helping with that. Like,
oh yeah, no, he's definitely gonna tell you guys that he's fucking around with
yeah, like have. Honestly, that seems like a whole party group, like project, fucking around with that skull. Like having both clerics, the paladin, and the person who knows about fiendish magic. It seems like a good combination.
Mostly Blue wants to try to use it because he wants a whip.
Ooh. Well, that's how you get fucking taken over and corrupted like the prince did. I'm just saying.
Wisdom 20 is gonna keep me safe.
From a literal god of the underworld. Good luck. The DC is probably like 23 or something like that.
Let's do it. So yes.
Whenever we ever walked away from a bad idea.
Rather than fucking around with the skull, I will let you all know that I want to fuck around with the skull.
Okay.
I guess we'll sit in the common room and watch Blue get taken over.
Oh, you guys are helping?
Oh, I'm definitely helping.
Well, I'm hanging around. This is going to be entertaining. Yeah, I've got my remove curse tomorrow if you need it.
All right.
Should we maybe tell? No, Erasmus wouldn't suggest that. So fuck it.
So you take out the skull, which is in pieces, and you put it on the table.
Symbols.
What do you want to do with it? What does it mean to fuck around with it?
Okay, I think the first thing we got to do is put it back together.
Sounds like a great idea.
No. Okay, hold on. Can I have a look at the original pieces and do an Arcana check to see if there's any runes or anything on them?
Sure, go ahead.
Nope.
Rolling like Erasmus.
Well, I mean, there seems to be something on it, but you can't make it out if it's meant to be a rune, if it's just like scratches from when it got all beat up. You know? Hard to tell.
If he's pointing this out, can Elsbeth, do a religion check on it? See if it's in some sort of religious text.
Ooh, much better.
All right.
Jesus.
You, with that, you look at it, and this is not in any kind of script, but you know you've seen a couple of these symbols before, and they seem to be in the ones that you can make out have to do with mind control, with like strengthening a bond, strengthening mind control.
Okay. Does it remind me of the writing that we saw down in the temple?
It does.
All right. I warn Blue. Just like, mind control, I think. I mean, I'm not sure, but could be.
Well,
just saying.
Let's Yo can take me, right? Yo can take me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. My AC's down to 20 now, so y'all can hit me.
Oh, great. So
it's not 25 anymore.
Great. So yeah.
Just don't do wisdom-based rolls for him. Do charisma-based spells.
Well, the problem is mine are either pure, like either Dex or straight up AC. Because it's all just like damaging shit. I can make it so that he gets hurt if he hits me.
So now you're trying to put it together like it's a puzzle, right?
Oh, this Blue will be good at this. R&D.
So go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Elsbeth will, she's pretty much, she's going to do guidance. I'll call on Sune to help him out.
I really should have grabbed guidance for myself too. Oh, you know what? With that 20, no,
guidance doesn't give.
No, not advantage. It's just an extra D4. Sadly.
At most, you can get a 10.
It'll give me the 10s at best. 8, 9, 9.
Yeah, I mean, you play with it for a while, and you find where a couple of pieces might fit together, but it's like it's just not coming together as one whole thing.
How many pieces is it in?
There might be some shards around or whatever.
Okay, yeah. Because like in 3 or 4 pieces, it should be fairly easy to put together. But like if it's like in 15, yeah.
Roll a d20.
Oh boy.
Roll dice, 12.
It's in 12 pieces.
There we go.
Oh, I thought you meant me. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
And Blue probably doesn't know human head anatomy.
That is true.
Yes. Erasmus, you want to have a go? Or are you gonna leave it alone?
No, I'm definitely gonna attempt it. Is it just a straight intelligence?
Yep, just straight
She'll
intelligence.
give him guidance as well.
I have even less. I probably disassembled the two partial.
Don't forget your guidance.
Oh, right. It's probably not gonna be that Great.
It's probably hard.
Oh. Actually, that's actually better than blue.
That is better than blue.
You get one more piece to make that you think might fit, right?
Okay.
All right, so Elspeth is going to roll her eyes at the boys and say, okay, let me have a go.
I crack skulls and burn them. I don't assemble them.
Yeah, she'll set down her... Does she have a shield? Yeah, she'll set down her shield to lower her AC. In case. And she'll go ahead and have a go at putting it together. It's giving herself guidance. Oh my god, no, we suck. It doesn't even matter. I get the same as blue even if I maxed out. This is not coming together for us, peeps.
Yeah, this is turning into, it's like a 3-dimensional puzzle, and of course, like, you don't have glue or anything. Right. So you get something together and then it falls back apart when you try to put something else together. That's not like, there's no way to keep it together.
So
is there a candle? Are there candles down here?
Does anyone have a mending spell?
No.
Or a mending spell?
No, I didn't take mending. But Elspeth remembers that when the other skulls were in the bag of holding and their pieces came together, they just sort of reassembled. She's like, why don't you just put it in a pile and leave it for a little while, see what it does. Put all the pieces close.
I'll put them into the bag of holding.
I don't know if it's necessarily the bag of holding that did it. I mean, I guess it could be.
No, if you put... See, the thing is, the bag of holding, if we put it in the bag of holding and all the pieces there, and what we wish for when we stick our hands in the bag of holding is the incompleted skull, presumably the bag of holding would put it together for us.
Yeah, burned Erasmus last time, but we can try both.
No, that was one of the keys.
But it was a skull. The key was a skull.
Yeah, but that was one of the keys.
Yeah, but the keys were also skulls.
Yeah,
but they were like flaming skulls before.
Right, but it might be the same premise. Is what
might do something similar. Yeah,
like Erasmus is gonna care about being burnt.
I'm willing to give it a try when we get a chance. I should have took mending. I did not take mending.
I mean, how often do you mend?
I know, right? I'm trying to look at what cantrips I have.
If we were doing the entire adventure on an airship, or a boat, that might be good.
On a boat, it would be kind of stupid to take mending, considering I have the ability to just repair them straight up.
But you can't repair sails, can you?
Yes, I can repair water vehicles once before they have to go into port and be properly repaired, but it isn't like required for any role. I just straight up repair
you
them.
are so chatty tonight. Okay, so were we gonna? Yeah, so we don't have mending.
So we're gonna give this a. I'm gonna give this. We're gonna give this a break. Blue's getting frustrated. I'm frustrated.
No patience.
I can watch over them if you want to leave them overnight.
Fine. We'll find a bag that's not the bag of holding. Just put a bag, stick all the pieces in there together, and go to bed. And you spend the night in my room.
Ooh.
And tell me
whatever room. Like, I just need to have somewhere since I don't need to sleep anymore.
Just so you can keep an eye on it.
Of course, you guys don't know that that's the case.
All right.
Well, you just said so, so now I knew. So now I do.
That's true.
That was semi out of character.
Oh, that was convenient.
Yeah, because if you don't say it out loud, Blue's gonna assume you need to sleep, and that's not gonna do it.
No. Okay, then I'm gonna explain that I don't need to sleep anymore.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
well, Elspeth is
If you don't need to sleep, then Blue is go. Just stay in my room.
Ooh, we have a Rowan in roll 20, and he's in here. Yay!
Hey, Jess.
Hey, y'all. Sorry.
You didn't miss much. We just fucked around with the whip skull, trying to put it back together and failed at it.
Yeah, we thought it'd be a really good idea to take the evil skull and try to put it back together.
Oh, yeah, that seems reasonable.
It seems like us.
We did establish that it has some kind of mind control powers, probably based on the runes.
And then we kept going.
We
went, mind control. Yeah, let's keep going.
That sounds right. That's what I think when I think of evil skulls. That
and all
painstakingly demolished already. We should put them back together.
Yeah.
And you all now know that Erasmus doesn't need to sleep anymore.
Yeah, we're all
That's
going.
Creepy.
Yeah, we're taking a long rest, except for Erasmus, who's gonna keep looking into the bag.
I can still take a long rest and keep watch.
No, I get that. That's what I was saying. that you're
okay.
gonna keep an eye out. You're gonna stay basically. Yeah,
yeah,
keep an eye.
okay,
Yeah, you're gonna peek in the bag every once in a while, see if it's any closer to being all
See
together.
if it changes shape.
Yeah.
Okay. So is everyone other than Erasmus going to bed?
Nighty night.
I would imagine, unless something has happened that I'm
Yes,
unaware
wake
of.
me up if anything happens, Erasmus.
That was the plan.
Wake Blue up if anything happens, Erasmus.
Yes,
That was the plan.
concur.
Well, I mean, you can roll a perception check if you're keeping watch, right?
Yay! I'm really terrible at that.
Hell yeah.
I am extraordinarily terrible at that.
One job, Erasmus.
Is it a boat?
Hold on. Okay, I will use my Dark One Zone log on this, and because I'm gonna get it back once the long rest is over.
All right.
And get a D10. Probably not gonna do anything. Well, I was kind of hoping
Damn. Wow.
okay, like it was worth the shot if I got a 10, because then it would be 12, which would be reasonable.
There is a window, and the window looks out on the ocean, and it's you
Oh.
keep looking out at it, and just like looking at the it doesn't really show you anything with any activity going on, but it's kind of like just sort of relaxing to sort of see the underwater waves just kind of whooshy whooshing. You're like, whooshy whooshy. That's
amazing.
Pretty bioluminescent lights, and yeah.
All right, you guys get a long rest. Towards a little after dawn, or what you assume is dawn. It's kind of hard to tell underwater. But after you guys have had your rest, in any case, somebody knocks, and
It's the skull.
no, the skull has, well, I don't know if you're looking at the skull, but there does not appear to be any change if you are.
Okay.
So no, there is a knock on the door.
Oh,
Yes, we open
If
it.
you wanted, yeah.
Wait, whose door? I'm assuming we don't sleep in the same
the
room.
common area door.
The common area door.
Okay.
That's you.
Yeah, you all
Erasmus.
have your own very, very nice bedrooms,
Right.
and they look as if they were all a little bit thought out. You know, there's one that clearly has a much larger bed, and one that clearly has a much smaller bed. You know, so that it's one big enough for Reverence, one small enough for Erasmus, who doesn't need it.
I mean, I guess I think I can still sleep like voluntarily if I want to. That's my interpretation of how it's written.
I hope they gave me a box.
Oh my God.
Size sits.
They did not. However, there was a big chest in the room. And so you were like, oh, yeah. You opened it up. There were some blankets in there, and you just curled right up.
Then closed it, and now you can't get out.
No, so you open the door. There is the same gentleman you remember, the older Triton gentleman who had put you in that, led you around before. He comes and he is bringing in some very nice robes for all of you. There's towels. He says, would you like to be served a light breakfast here, or would you prefer to go out and into one of the dining rooms?
Oh, I think we can eat here. We're not fancy. Plus, we've got some stuff to discuss. So here is fine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Certainly. these clothes are for. We just thought you might want them as a for your formal appointment, which will be for luncheon
Oh,
in front of the royal family, and it's kind of a dress thing.
oh.
So I thought you guys might be more comfortable if you had proper clothing.
Elspeth's eyes are sparkling. She can't wait to see what they've come up with for her.
Erasmus is looking at his like smoky embrace mage armor and being like, "What's wrong with this?
Yeah, but
This is the fanciest I have."
It's whatever you're comfortable with. He turns to a young tiefling, a young Triton woman, and he says, "All right, if you could get their breakfast requests, and I don't know if we'll have everything that you upper worlders would like, but we will do our very best and have that up to you promptly."
Thank you.
All right.
And he gives you a bow, and then he leaves. I will be back to collect you a little before lunch. And yeah, if you have any questions, you could ask me, or this is Odalyn.
Hello.
Waves.
She says hi. And then he leaves.
Okay. Bye.
And did Odalyn go with him?
No, she's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's taking our breakfast orders, I
Okay.
think.
Right. We got something I want to tell you guys. Gotta wait till she leaves.
Okay, let's put our order in first.
She says, what would you like?
Well, what's on the menu?
What kind of above the water foods might you have on hand?
A better question. What kind of down here foods do you have? Fish.
Well, we certainly have fish. Any kind of fish you could want. The cook is very good at a squid roll, by the way.
I will take that.
Oh, excellent. We also have various types of seaweed that we use. We have, let's see. There's just a lot of different things. You would be surprised at the biodiversity down here.
Great.
Look at Elspeth. Do you think they have underwater mushrooms?
I don't know. I've never heard of saltwater mushrooms.
It's D&D,
Not
so.
actual mushrooms as such, but there are. It's like a spongy plant. I don't think there's an upper worlder name for it, but it is very similar, I'm told, to a mushroom. I don't mind them, but I think you have to get used to the texture.
Of course. Maybe just a selection of seaweeds and a bit of fish.
Sounds very nice.
I will take some squid rolls.
Okay, squid rolls. She writes this down.
I almost said Squidward.
I'll have what the Rasmus is having.
Okay.
Can I have a traditional fish breakfast, whatever that is?
Oh, sure. I'm sure our chef is really very good.
Great.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Sure.
I've never been in the upper places before. Do you guys get burned by the sun a lot?
No, not really.
Only when we go out in it too long. Especially in the summertime on sunny days.
Well, when these two, I pointed Reverends and I don't even know if tieflings get sunburned. I'm assuming the elves.
I'm effectively immune to it.
Yeah. Okay. No, I point at Elspeth and say, well, what she does, because the other two of us have scales, fur, and is immune to it. So
Yes, it's
I guess
humans
she's
and
the only
elves,
one who
yeah,
would be.
and dwarves and halflings. People with this kind of skin are more sensitive to it.
Must be so weird looking at that every day. Okay.
Well, I
is
think
a little weird.
yeah, I mean, it looks very beautiful when the sunbeams come down through the water. We don't have that up above the water.
It's especially beautiful when the rays of sun burn entire villages. It's quite insane.
I never heard of that. That happened.
Oh yeah, sun rays happen all the time.
All the time.
And like they're joking with you. It's okay.
No. We have to construct entire domes.
Don't try to protect her. She needs to know this in case she ever goes up to the top surface.
Yeah. No, we have to. Sometimes we have to construct entire like domes made out of rock to protect the cities.
All right, Reverence, you can roll a deception check
Okay.
with advantage since Erasmus is helping you.
19.
I don't think Erasmus is really helping as much as just bullshitting.
She just stares at you in horror, and she says, "I don't think I'm ever gonna go up there now."
Oh well, that's
I really
that's a
can't
shame.
recommend it.
He can recommend it.
Sounds awful.
I used to be
Down
blue.
here, I know you can't breathe though. That's hard.
I used to be blue before this.
She looks at you, and now you're giggling. So she's like,
Yeah, Elsbeth just shakes her head just silently, like no, behind them. But we do have a wonderful thing that happens when it rains and the sun comes through it. We get red and orange and yellow and green and blue and purple that appears in a line in the sky.
"Oh, that's pretty."
Well, not a line. It's a circle.
It's an arc actually, but yeah.
It is a
Continue.
full circle. High enough.
She just shoves Erasmus to the side while she's trying to have a conversation.
Well, technically, you don't get purple.
Where's my silence spell?
She
Erasmus
just
is having too much fun, just like being pedantic and bullshitting right now. Yes, he's been under a lot of stress from all the fights lately.
Yeah, so she's just like walking backwards out of the room, like she's afraid to turn her back on you at this point, because you seem to her like a scary little demon thing. It was just giggling.
Good.
Not far off.
I mean, she's not incorrect.
All right. So as she leaves, and while she's getting you your grub, you can do what you like.
Elsbeth turns to the other party members and says, "It's been if we're gonna be received by the royal family, there might be a lot of other dignitaries there. Maybe keep an eye out for anyone with a candle wick. It's been a long time since we've touched base, and we don't know how far their reach is. Maybe they've got some allies here."
Good idea.
Good idea.
She's full of them.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, time passes, and she knocks again on the door. There's a big silver tray that comes in, full of just really delicious-looking fish, mostly. So you and Reverence and Erasmus both get squid rolls, which are sort of they look like calamari with an ink sauce and rolled up with something that you're not sure what it is that's sort of inside of it, almost like it's stuffed.
Perfect.
Erasmus just doesn't even touch the sides as it goes down.
The traditional fish breakfast, Blue, is do you know what a turducken is?
Yes.
This is like
already.
a turducken of fish, smaller fish that are inside of slightly larger fish that's inside, like just a full-on, big-ass salmon-looking thing.
I love it.
And yeah,
It's the inception of fish.
it's the inception of fish. And Elspeth, you get this seaweed is like nothing. It's like a seaweed salad. It's very beautifully presented in a large sort of rocky coral bowl. And the colors of the seaweed, you know, obviously there's green, but there's also colors that you've never seen before in seaweed, gold and sort of a purpley color to some of it. And on the top, there's this little scallops, just sort of arranged very prettily.
I could get used to this. Being royalty is nice. Yum, yum, yum. Scarfs it down.
All the colors of the seaweed. I mean, all those colors exist in real life, so yeah.
Yeah,
You think that
over while they're all stuffing their faces, Elswith turns and says, "So anything happened with the skull last night? Must not have, otherwise you..."
No, that's completely wrong.
Have you looked?
It's yeah, it's fine. Like it did nothing. I don't think it did anything.
Okay. Well,
This
you
is
mind
really
if we
good.
check?
Sure.
Elsmith might go over to the bag and look inside.
Rasmus is stuffing his face.
it's just a bunch of the same
Pieces?
skull pieces.
Oh, yeah, Reverence. We all tried with our intelligence to put it back together and all
We all
failed.
fucking
You can
failed.
see up the chat if you want to have a go over breakfast.
No, I'm good. I don't believe I'll be putting the evil satanic skull back together.
See, I'm going to just say that you just won the intelligence roll right there.
I don't think you know. There are many times where I skate the edges of what I think my God would be okay with. Don't think that the God would be accepting of that one. That's one of those things. One of those lines.
Erasmus just like half to himself through munching on food, like you're really better go up.
I just kind of look at Erasmus and I'm like, okay. Sure thing, buddy.
We just need some glue. It'll be fine.
All right. Yeah, breakfast is done, I guess. Clean our plates.
Right.
That was really good.
I wish I had it in real life.
Do you move to the clothing?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, please.
I put on the clothing, but I put on my my mage armor on the outside.
Well, you don't even know what it is yet. And the reason I say that is because I don't think you can.
Oh yeah, I can always do that. Unless it's actual armor.
It's not, but it is a thick, quilted, kind of balloony tunic with like puffy sleeves at the top. And it's belted off with a green belt and has blue silk stockings and little blue slippers.
Love it.
Great. I put it on and I cast mage armor on the and you see the smoke rise from it.
Reverence, yours is pretty similar, only much bigger.
This is what they like to wear here.
I guess so.
Fancy clothes.
The fanciest of clothes.
Okay.
Elspeth, you have a lovely coral and teal flowing gown.
Yay!
I wanted that.
There are crystals set in the neckline. It is there's a beautiful sash that is that you can arrange to go around your waist if you want, or up a little higher. It appears to be sort of up to you. And Blue, they seem to be very befuddled about what to do with you.
That's hilarious.
You have a black dress with a kitty cat on the front.
Oh.
And
Not a catfish?
Not a catfish. It's like a little kitty cat looking thing on the front. It goes down past your knees, and there's like a lace fringe about it. And there's a little hat that appears like it's supposed to go, like there's slits cut in for your ears to poke out of.
I really thought about you.
Did they? Okay, now the question is, did they have that already, or did they custom make it for him?
You can roll perception.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that. I need to know.
You can't be sure.
Well, Elsbeth is going to
I-
get changed and then spend her time spinning around to make the gown kind of fly up.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, you just look just radiant and beautiful.
Blue is gonna need help. Blue does not know how dresses work.
I'll assist the cat.
Blue, do you wear underwear?
No.
Well, there you
Just
go.
wear shorts and a t-shirt. That's all he ever wears.
Oh,
I
well,
thought you were in like a monk gown, like key thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much a shorts and t-shirt. Like that's it.
Okay.
cool. I guess roll dexterity reference.
Oh, okay. I thought that. All right, whatever.
Good.
Once you
Love
guys,
How about this? I'm going to try something else here.
Nope.
Even worse.
so
He's too
first-
slippery.
First, once you try to get it on him, it's like, and he's giggling and wiggling because like you're going, oh, scritchy cat, scritchy cat, and then you get frustrated and you just try to push it down and you tear it a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Really should have that mending spell.
Does anybody have the mending spell?
Nope. If you did, we used it on the skull.
Look what you did. And look what you did, Blue.
Elsbeth will come out. Are they out in the common area dressing?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
All right, she's gonna come and she's gonna take her sash and she's gonna sort of like wrap it around him in a way that it sort of like is the tear near his neckline or an arm or
Near
something.
the shoulder seam.
Oh, okay, so
Oh, we
she.
can just have one of those where like.
I'm
only
not done
goes on-
talking yet.
Sorry.
So Elsbeth will take her sash off and she'll basically turn it into like a pageant sash and drape it over him. So it drapes over the shoulder that has the tear and then it goes across.
Nice.
I love this.
Nice. All right.
Oh, can I turn Nettie back into a medallion? I'm pretty sure I can
Ooh.
chain.
Wait,
Yes.
he was my medallion?
No, he's been in my gauntlets this
Bracers.
whole time.
Oh, I thought you meant like the actual like physical him.
No. Just like just put him
Oh,
back
yeah,
on
that
his
makes
chain
sense.
and hang like a medallion rather than.
That's a good idea.
Yep. You certainly can.
I just pass it off as we're weird upper worlders. They'll just look at us.
We're all weird
Yeah.
upper world.
That is
Good
not
point.
incorrect.
All right. Well, it's not long after you guys manage to figure out how to get dressed that the same
Or not.
the same gentleman comes to the door.
I just love the idea that we're like, oh yeah, we're able to like defeat monsters from like the 9 hells, but we can't get dress ourselves.
Nope.
Well, he comes, he knocks on the door. I assume you open it.
Yeah.
And he is also similarly kind of dressed up. If anything, looking at him, it appears that the puffery of his finery and the amount of lace and fringe it has upon it is really something.
Mm.
You're not sure what, but something. So he bows to you and he says, I hope everything that was to your liking. Of course, it's rare for us to have people of quite your dimensions, so it was somewhat difficult to arrange exactly. Oh, Madam Elspeth, may I say, though, that you look a vision.
She does a deep curtsy, says thank you.
Oh, I have a dress now. Blue is gonna curtsy along.
I make my my mage armor flare up around it.
He looks at you and he says, you have a, never mind.
He's a wizard.
Show off.
And they are all very strange, aren't they?
It's a religious thing.
He's a wizard.
Mm.
They all do this. They all got a thing. Every wizard has a thing.
Well, if you are all ready, you could certainly follow me, and we will be heading into the royal garden for our luncheon.
Perfect.
Some lovely people have also been invited that really want to show their gratitude to you for all that you've done.
Wonderful.
Ooh, let's go.
He marches off, and you follow him again.
Yeah, because we follow him, yeah.
Yep. Now, the royal gardens are underwater.
Hell yeah.
Of course they are.
So directly before going into the room, though, he gives each of you a potion, and he says this should last an hour, and by then we can all retire to different chambers if you're still dining.
Excellent. Thank you.
What?
Wait, we have to dine underwater?
Be fun.
Well,
I mean, how do you think they eat?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you can breathe on the water, you can eat on the water.
Yeah, probably the
So
Heimlich maneuver works as well, too. If we joke.
he says, I do not know that maneuver today.
I mean,
Yeah.
the moment you open your mouth, like your stomach is gonna be full of water as well.
It's magic.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to go.
Well, perhaps if you eat funny, but we manage it all the time. It's really not nearly as odd as actually, there are a lot of us who've never eaten in the air.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So,
Well,
You're not missing anything.
once we've eaten a bit in the water, we'll tell you the difference. How about that?
so basically, you all drink the potions, I assume,
Yes.
and then he
I
guides
want
you.
to drown.
And this is a coral garden. It looks like a I don't know that you would know what a coral reef looks like, but this is either a section of a coral reef that they have built their castle nearby, or it is a one that they've sort of assembled or put together somehow. You know, it's hard for you to tell, but it is beautiful. There's just all kinds of plant life and some things which, if you knew them, you'd probably know that they weren't just plant life, but they look like it. So it is colorful, it is reflective, and at the very sort of a place surrounded by shells and rocks is a large table The royal family is there. You notice that the prince is still looking a little peaked, but he is up. When they see you come in, everyone stands.
Ooh.
And the queen says, "Please come in. We must thank you for having saved our son."
Elspeth will bow, remembering the formalities of the earlier introduction. So, as we're meant to.
Yeah. Yep, a lot of bowing goes on.
Okay.
You'll notice that there are multiple dignitaries. You don't, of course, know who or what they are, but they're all Tritons. And you are brought to the large table at the center. They all sit down. This is a 4-course dinner with a dessert afterwards, but the queen says, "We'll probably head back inside for the dessert course, if that is good for you." This is, we know that you cannot always breathe as you do.
Yes.
Well, how are we situated in a way where we could like try and look for candle wicks?
You could try.
No, I am definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, we're gonna assume it's like not a casual thing, but there's a lot of food, like kind of like a buffet situation, and people are sort of milling around. Is that kind of what's happening?
Well, we like seated at long tables.
When you kind of get together, everybody becomes seated at a long table. You're seated with the royal family, and a couple of other people that you don't know. Also,
get to know them.
Letty is there. Looking. She is wearing a yellow dress, and she looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was about to say, she doesn't seem like a dress person.
She's just like staring, and just like every time she looks around, it appears she blushes a little bit, which is a little odd on Triton.
Wait, did they turn more blue or like purple?
It's a little purpley pink.
Okay.
Just a touch of purple pink.
Oh, that's actually a nice color. Okay.
So they all sit down, and the Prince Karnas, looks at you all, and he says, I am sorry. I know that I met you, but I have no memory.
It's fine. You were under mind control.
It's better if you didn't remember. So
honestly, yeah.
My name is Reverence, and these are my companions, and I motion to them.
I wave at him. Erasmus.
Elsbeth sort of smiles at him. Says, "I'm Elsbeth."
Well, yeah, he's the cute one, isn't he?
Well, she doesn't. Yeah, she's slightly intrigued by him. Yes.
He smiles and bows at all of you, and says, "Well, please allow me to extend my undying gratitude to you all. If there is anything I can ever do for you, never hesitate to ask."
Oh, thank you.
Well, we appreciate it.
At this, the queen rises and gives a little, and a sort of shell, large scallop shell box is brought over. It's it's got those hinges, and it's got she passes it to you, Elspeth. Do you open it?
Yes. Well, first I say thank you, Your Majesty. A little bit confused, but okay. Open the box. What's in the box?
A necklace with a beautiful sort of iridescent silvery fish that at its eye is a black pearl.
Oh, wow. Her jaw drops. Wow. Stunning.
This is, of course, we've had our most talented artisans work on this, but beyond this, anybody who sees this necklace who is a Triton will know that you are a friend and will seek to help you in any way they can. They will know that you have the blessing of the Vurugath family.
So that I am deeply honored and will wear it always with pride. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bow again.
So there's a lot of conversation begins up again, and
Okay, during all these conversations, I want to ask someone if their blues dress is something they specifically made for him, because it's a bit weird that there's a cat on it. I don't think they have cats down here.
I don't think they have cats down here either.
so who are you going to ask?
Am I seated next to someone I don't know?
Yeah, there's someone close. You
Great,
haven't said which way you're seated, but I'm going
Great,
to.
I'll ask them.
Jesus.
He looks at you. He has a very serious look on his face. He's got black hair, and he says, "Is the dress of the cat not correct for him?"
No, it's perfectly correct. I'm just wondering because I'm assuming you guys don't have cats down here.
We do not. We do not have the cats.
Oh, okay.
Elsbeth is going to put on her necklace, by the way.
It looks lovely.
Ooh, kind of like probably as she moves, it probably lifts up in the water as well. So, Elsbeth leans over and says, "They probably just looked at his face and did something like his face."
Yeah, sure. Just curious.
So they put his face on his own clothes.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
Why
She
do I
jokes.
have my face on my clothes?
I mean, you had armor made. You could just have asked for that.
Yes, but like I didn't have royalty make me a random. Why isn't your face on your clothes?
I don't think my face really works for clothes. It looks like unless it's from the side, I guess. Besides, you can't see my clothes right now, anyways.
So they didn't know that.
That's true.
At this point, the queen stops and says, "I'm sorry, I couldn't help but overhear these questions. We did not have it made.
Oh, okay. That's
This
kind of what I
was
wanted to know.
Gotta not interrupt the queen.
this is a dress that we had from a one of our traveling sailors brought back, and he said that there were these creatures called cats. Well, not cats. I do not know in your language what they are called.
Tabaxi?
Tabaxi, yes. And that he had seen one wearing this and had traded some of his own clothes for it so that they could do a cultural exchange. And it is, I thought that you would probably be comfortable because it must be just like what you and other Tabaxi wear.
Oh, well, you can ignore my Pickering friends. I never met another Tabaxi, so I don't know.
Oh, really? That's you never met your own family?
Well, they died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's okay. Tabaxi don't hold on to things very long. I grew up with monks in a temple, and I've never seen another cat like me. Where did you if you don't mind me asking, do you know where this sailor bumped into the Tabaxi? I doubt it was out over water. We're not fans of that.
No, it was in a where did he say? It was in one of the harbor cities. Jansil, I believe.
Interesting. I think it looks very fine on him.
I do too. It's quite becoming.
Thank you. And Blue is gonna curtsy now that he knows he can curtsy, and that's what people do with dresses.
Does the dress have a hole for his tail, or?
It does not.
So just like wrapping it around my waist.
Yeah, tuck it in. Gotta tuck.
It's a very, it's a dress that has more than enough space underneath it to accommodate.
Oh, I bet your fur looks really cool, like floating in the water.
I had that thought earlier too.
Yeah, I was wondering. I probably look like fat. Like it's all just like pumped up.
No, you look fluffy.
Does my ass look fat in this water? They're never gonna invite us back here again.
Whatever, we saved their prince.
They're looking at you as if they just expect this must be what upper worlders.
Yes, exactly. What we're all like. We're all very strange.
I
mean, we are probably the weirdest overworlders.
They're going to be really
down here.
disappointed when they get to the upper world and none of them act like us.
It's like, they're all so boring.
It's like, these are just regular people. I thought they were all weirdos.
None of them are cats. None of them are on fire. Like, what is this?
Yeah, so try to make up for this and eat my luncheon very politely. And also, I guess there are not that many people. I mean, mostly the royal family. I don't think, well, maybe. I mean... They're
at a separate table. There's several separate tables.
Okay.
So you could look around, or you could sort of get up and introduce yourself to the ladies' room or something, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I'll make my way through. I'll just excuse myself and make my way throughout. And as I do, I'd like to do a perception check to see if I recognize anyone with see any candle wicks on any of the wrists as people are eating at the tables.
Sure. Go ahead.
So I do want to ask how the how eating works. Does eating work?
Eating,
can blue taste anything, or is it just like eating water and just like?
It works, and you can taste things, but you also taste the saltiness of the water as you taste the food.
And does this food designed to be eaten with salt water? I take it.
You would assume so, because it's not like overly salty.
Yeah, they don't add salt to the thing before.
Yeah, so. Adding salt would be salt comes built in. It's a feature.
Yes. Yeah. So as I make my way through,
as you make your way through, you do see that there are clear magic users, people that you can just sort of you see from the style of their robes, from sort of the just their bearing. You've been around enough wizards to know the look, you know, but you don't see anyone with anything around their wrist that you think of as a candle wick. So
okay, yeah, well, I've tried. So all right, she'll go adjust the necklace. She'll also stare at it for a very long time in the mirror, admiring it and her dress. So she takes kind of longer than you'd expect in the bathroom, but then she comes back.
By now, the third course has been served, which is sort of you would guess the main course. It's a large stuffed octopus.
Ooh. Wow. The whole time Blue is exclaiming loudly how much he loves the food down here, because it's all fish.
Same here.
So anyway, we tie a rope to the chest, and you know what? The people who designed that trap just must not have thought of that somebody would tie a rope to it, because we just pulled it down the stairs. Spell goes off, blows up the entire chest, but none of us get hurt. We get the contents in the chest completely untouched.
You regaling people with stories of how we are way better than we really are.
Absolutely, we're so smart and cool.
I love that.
I left out the part of Blue getting mauled by mummies.
Reverence, why don't you roll insight?
Or
Ooh, nice.
Damn! All right. The king is looking at you with politeness. The prince appears to be waning a little bit, but he's, keeping up, nodding, being polite. The queen looks legitimately interested in everything that you have to say. And you notice that Lenny is just impressed. And she's blushing a little extra.
oh,
You know what we need? We need retainers.
Retainers? What?
Traveling NPCs. We need an NPC to travel with us. I'm just
Trying to play matchmaker here?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Elspeth will lean over and say to the prince, Your Highness, would you benefit at all from a healing boost right now? You seem a bit pale.
My lady, I do not wish to strain you in any way.
It would be nothing. And she just does, like a healing word on him. Healing word is a bonus. So she doesn't actually have to touch him. She just does it from a distance. So.
He looks better.
Yay. Is that a... Yeah. Okay, just a little... Oh, 7.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, he looks significantly better.
Cool.
He says, thank you. You are most gracious.
Well, we want to make sure that you recover fully.
The fourth... Oh, sorry?
I was gonna. God, this is gonna be so rude, but I don't care. I need to talk to the prince. God. So to Prince Guy. So don't know if you remember this, but you had this really cool whip, and it was really awesome. Do you remember how to use the whip? Because I've been really wanting to learn how to do it, and you were really good at it. But I also, it might be strenuous to think about such a dark time, so feel free to not say anything.
Of course, I would give you any assistance. I understand that you are warriors, so it is only natural that you would be interested in weaponry. I have used... I do not think I can remember. I remember there was a whip, and there was a something attached to it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You are correct. Oh, I remember the whip. You hit me with it. That's okay. I'm not faulting you for that.
Well, you have my pardon.
It's very impressive to hit me, so good on you.
It's true.
You should see him when he's trying to put that dress on.
It's true.
I could not grab him.
Okay.
He's slick as an eel. Wait, does that work down here?
Oh, eel's slick to you.
Yes. Well, I mean, why would you touch an eel? Many of them have electric current in their bodies.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I don't even really know what an eel is.
It's like a fish, but long.
Oh.
They taste really good smoked. Although the kind she's talking about with electricity, they're not like, they don't taste good.
I never thought so.
They're horribly fatty. Horribly fatty.
Elizabeth is like kind of like, I didn't realize Erasmus was such an expert on seafood and cuisine.
I've lived by the sea all my life. I've eaten seafood all my life, so.
Okay.
Very good. So this the fourth comes out. It's a similar to the salad you had this morning, Elspeth. And yeah, you can continue to have any conversation or ask questions if you'd like.
Yeah, I might as well. Elizabeth might pipe up and say, "Is it possible to talk to the archivist, the person who brought me the scrolls, who did such a good job? She brought me exactly the thing that helped us identify some information, and I had asked her if she could find similar scrolls from that time period to see if there's anything else similar. Will there be an opportunity to talk to people about?"
Of course. You are free, of course, to stay here as long as you wish, as our guests, and but the archivist can be made available to you at any time.
Yes, and perhaps after this lovely meal, when it's right now getting away from talking of dark things, we can, after this lovely time has passed, we can update you a bit on what we found. And some of our concerns, but it's time to put those concerns aside for this afternoon, I think.
We were planning to have a more intimate dinner, dessert rather, after, and we had some things we did want to ask you. So, if you wouldn't mind, we could repair to our chambers and have that.
Excellent. I think there are some things we would like to tell you.
Lovely. So the royal family stands up, everyone else stands up, there's a lot of bowing and ceremony, and then they you're all escorted out into the same place that you had originally met them in.
With air. Yay!
Towels are brought around so that everyone can dry themselves.
Yeah, my gown isn't nearly as flowy now that we're not in the water, but
It's also probably pretty wet.
It dries pretty quickly, though. It's very silky, light fabric.
It's probably made for it.
And Reverence's clothing is not going to dry nearly as quickly, but
How does Blue's fur look?
A wet rat.
looks like he's lost a lot of weight. All you could see is little kitty bones.
Can I? This is probably an impractical way of using this, but I do have create and destroy water. Can I just destroy all the water on me and dry off?
Yes.
Can you do it enough so you don't destroy the water inside of you?
just like a destroy water hair dryer.
Yeah, pretty much. Gonna spend one of my spell slots just to dry myself off.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna get in a fight down here, so yeah.
That's what you think.
Yeah, it works great.
Woot. Dry kitty.
And she looks at you and says, "My goodness, what a very, very clever use of that spell."
I do not like being wet.
20 wisdom.
20 wisdom.
So they bring you in, and they bring a light dessert. It seems to be some sort of fruit with like an iced, not ice cream, but like an Italian ice kind of thing.
Oh, gelato. No, I want gelato.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't had gelato in ages. Stupid pandemic. Anyway.
Sorry.
So is it more of us in the royal family and their closest advisors now where we can speak more freely?
Yes. And Lenny is also there since she went on the adventure. Hang on 1 second, please.
Yep.
No problem. So what do we want to ask them? We want to tell them, we want to tell them everything that happened down there, right? And the bugs.
Yes. Yeah. And also, maybe they're good people to keep the skulls.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And then, they can probably order some or get some, higher level magic or cleric people to figure out what the cube is. And we kind of need a way for them to tell us afterwards, because I'm presuming we're not gonna be staying. Are we gonna be staying here until they figure it out? Because that might take weeks.
No, there must be some sort of sending spell or message.
Yeah, they can probably inform us in some way.
No, we need to head to my temple
Your temple.
as soon as we can.
Your temple. Where's your temple?
Yeah.
One, payment, and two, we need to go and sort out that. Well, we don't have to, but I'd feel better. I know it's sort of silly because it's just a story, but remember those people we totally stood up? The widow.
Oh yeah, no, we totally stood up a bunch of people.
Yeah, and that widow's like a widow, so I feel like whatever. Hopefully, I mean, the necklace is nice.
Yeah, we might.
But they might also give us
her
some money. Yeah, so it'd be nice if we would compensate her for the investment she made in her boat, and also for her family because of what she
and tell her, and also tell her that we've solved the problem.
Yes.
So she doesn't need to go out and do the spend all her time trying to fight this thing.
Yeah.
That's probably I
think we should close that loop.
That's actually a good point. We if we leave her here, she's gonna spend the rest of her life still trying to fight the thing that took her husband away.
I have actually felt guilty about the fact that we did that.
God.
Since Chrisiousity pointed out. I was like, oh shit, we totally just ditched her. We're terrible.
I completely forgot about her.
I didn't forget about it, but I hadn't thought about the fact that if we leave, we well, I guess she's either gonna be back on Snurt or she's gonna be in Hivewind.
Yeah, and she did us a bigger favor by kitting out her unit for her boat for her ship for us. So we got to make that right.
Yeah.
Chrissy, I don't know if you heard any of that.
Oh God,
I heard the end of it. Okay. That was funny. So you're all sitting down, and she says, perhaps you should begin by recounting what you remember of your experiences.
Can we just fast forward and say we tell her the narrative?
We tell her everything.
Someone is in the corner of the room taking every word you all say down. She's listening very closely and nods. The king, at the end, begins to ask you some questions about the cube, the box, and he appears disturbed to you.
Oh, he should. We
Don't
are.
blame him.
I mean, the link between Orcus and this dark energy and the temple, and it's still there.
And the fact that it grew.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think it was wise not bringing it out into the larger ocean. I absolutely think that was the best course of action you had available to you.
I assume we've told him about the skulls, the skull keys, that we needed to use them.
Yes, we told him everything.
Everything. So
Yeah.
Yes.
he knows everything now.
Well,
they all know everything now.
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to, if as much of an ability as educated in magic and divine magics as we are, I feel like you probably have people who might be able to understand this cube better. Would you mind if we leave the skull keys with you, and you might be able to have a look at it?
Of course, I think that would be best. We will probably end up doing similar to what our ancestors did and burying the place. It sounds like
That sounds
it cannot be
reasonable.
safe, But before that, I think we should at least try our best to understand what it is, so that we can, so that nothing like this happens again.
Should you learn anything, Your Majesty, about this cube, is there a way for you to inform us about it? We are kind of on a quest to try and undo this evil.
After that, the prince speaks up and he says, I believe I could help with that. There are some magical methods of contacting.
Excellent. Cool.
It might be the case that if this evil was found here, that perhaps there are other similar symbols or tokens or whatever around Lirune, in which case we would know what they look like. But if we find a way to undo the evil or control it, we could also communicate that with you.
That would be wonderful. At this, the queen looks and says, we do not know many upper worlders. And those we do, we have found few that we feel that we can truly trust. So as much as I hate to request yet more assistance from you, I wonder if I could speak to you of a different problem that we have had.
Oh, sure.
All right. Sure, that's kind of a thing.
As you know, we do have some ships and some people who sail about. Multiple of our younger sailors have gone, well, it's very odd. They have joined a cult.
A cult?
Yes. It appears to be some sort of end of the world cult.
We all just sort of moan and roll our eyes.
like robot symbols.
Elsbeth definitely rolls her eyes and just sort of like looks up at the sky. Oh, these guys.
we may have encountered these people. If it is the same people.
They are very, very strange.
Yes.
Now, of course, our people are free if they wish to join religious groups. They are free to go and do so. But we are a bit worried. And I know that you have many other things occupying your time, but I just wondered if you might keep an eye out. We know where a couple of these groups are setting up camp, but we don't know much about them. And to be honest with you, being so unusual, we stick out, and people immediately know when Tritons end up in their backyard asking questions, and it just becomes more of a difficulty than it needs to be. Our main problem is that several of the places where these congregants like to cluster, I suppose, are uncomfortably close to the corruption. I can't imagine why anyone would want to be there, but I guess they are there to wait for the world to end.
That would fit the impression we got.
It's still very, it would just be good to be able to have someone check in and make sure that they were all right.
Would Your Majesties like us to not mention that you have asked us to look in and keep it very quiet, or would you like us to communicate a message from their homeland?
No, I think it would be best. Cultists, you know, they have to be treated with great delicacy. Well, we just prefer to use young people get caught up in these things, and you just have to be very delicate in how you get them out. Of course, we don't ask you to do that, merely to, if you happen to be nearby, to sort of take a peek in. We're not sure where our people are, but we know that there is a group of them near the Operlin Dam and another group north of Ankalon in the city-states of Leona.
Okay. Hold on. Let me write that down. I realized from watching Roll20 that I don't write things down nearly enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, did we mention to them about the idea of the void and all this, the insights?
Yeah, if we told them everything, we would have told them that.
Told them everything.
Operlin Dam?
Yeah. O-P-R-E.
It's up here.
Yeah. And then the other one?
It's down here.
That's Ankalon. It's north of Ankalon.
The Viclon wards, is that how you said it?
Yep. They're sort of in between Ankalon and the Viclon wards, she says. And she says, I believe that is where their leader is, the one they call Nimue. But beyond that,
Nimue. You should probably write that down too.
Yep, doing it.
You've heard that name before, so.
Yeah, but we didn't write it down.
Yeah, we didn't write it down, so we don't remember.
Hence, my note-taking is improved.
Oh God, we got. Oh, well, that's gonna be a problem. I don't. Going into the city-states of Leon is we might get in trouble for that.
Your Majesties, how would you like us to communicate the information we get if we have some updates for you?
Well, there is, similar to the people in Snurt, we have people who go out and provide, they have offices in most of the capital cities. They're in Vaspikel, they're in Nabrago, they are in, there's one in Astremia and also one in Lirune. And basically all the capital cities. There is a person for diplomatic.
Right, right. Tourism boards or whatever like the contacts,
embassies,
consulates.
Yes, that sort of thing.
Your Majesties, could you excuse us for just a moment? I'd like to talk to my party members and ask them a question before proceeding.
I'm back.
Of course.
I just kind of like usher you guys into the corner and say,
you're a huddle.
Yeah, we don't really have time to go back and sort out the widow who helped us find the prince in the first place. Maybe we could use this time to ask a favor that we give her the information and pass on the costs and some extra for her service to the Triton people, even though she didn't know she was doing it. And also to care for her family now that her husband was lost because of the evil that also took the prince. Yeah?
Ooh,
I mean,
what about the raven?
Sorry, what was
that's
that
only
reference?
What about that raven
That's for like
thing?
4 hours.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it won't go as far. And it won't take money with it. So.
Yeah.
I just meant for the message itself.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess they're probably sending. I would presume they're sending ships back to either. They're probably sending. They're very least they're sending ships back to Snurt. Whether or not they're sending ships back to Hindland.
Well, we can make the request. Okay,
Excellent.
if you guys are okay with it, then I'll ask.
I would be perfectly okay with that.
Definitely send money.
Yep.
I think
Yeah. We owe her.
So I'll turn and say, Your Majesties, the reason we were able to meet the prince and have the opportunity to do any of this was down to a widow who was also their family. The husband, their father, was killed by the evil. Being very careful not to attribute this to the prince out of game.
Good. Good.
And we were in such a rush to continue on with the mission of rescue. We left her without an answer, and we left her with some bills because she had prepared her ship to help us out. We would have to go back and sort our debt to her and make things right, unless you could find a way. Maybe your Schnurt representative could send a message, and we can provide some funds, because really without her help, none of this would have happened.
At this, the prince stands up and he says, even if I was not in my right mind, this is my debt, and I will swear to you all that it will be paid in full.
Oh, excellent. We'll give
The
you...
widow and her family will never want for anything so long as the Vurugath family is around.
She bows deeply and says, we will leave the details with one of your ministers, where she can be found and her name.
He bows and says, thank you for...
Okay, I feel better now.
I feel, yeah. You made me, like, hadn't realized it. You made me feel so, like, oh, fuck, we screwed her over. And, like, I feel so much better now.
We really should write her a letter.
Yeah, we can write her a letter that can accompany it as well, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Of course.
Thank you.
And the prince turns to his parents and says, as soon as I am feeling better, I would like to do this myself.
Oh, wonderful.
They're very, everyone's bowing and everyone's agreeing and all of that. This is the Triton people are kind of, I don't know how you would put it. They're maybe a little bit formal and a little stiff, but they're certainly honorable. They give every indication of considering debts of honor to be extremely important to them.
I'm getting a very like ancient Japan vibe from it almost.
I'm getting
that kind of
old Chinese literature shit that I read.
Yeah, all that like very honorable, very like intrigue in the court stuff too, and yeah.
But then we know that they will definitely keep their word, because it means more to them than it means as much to them as it does to us.
Yeah.
So I feel good about this.
I kind of like this. Just like in a fantasy world, I think Erasmus would like, if he wasn't semi crazy, he would probably like their society.
That'd be crazy.
Semi crazy.
We're only going
I don't want to say Erasmus is
like
full on crazy. Not yet.
75%.
Well, I mean,
can we put a percentage on how crazy? I need a percentage. I need some numbers.
I'm trying
68.4.
I will say I'm trying very hard to remove those kinds of words from my vocabulary. So just
Yeah, noted. Yeah.
Not saying everybody else has to do that, but
yeah.
Got it.
Check. Yeah, okay, so that means we've got the communication. Yeah, you got a really nice necklace.
We left some stuff here before we leave. We left like things to be looked at.
Oh, that's right, didn't we? This is some like random toy that we had. A porcelain rabbit.
We weren't sure.
A porcelain rabbit
actually...
and a dwarven ring.
Yeah, which we weren't sure if they were magical or what was up with them.
Yeah, they were just weird items we had.
They are returned to you. Neither of them were magical.
Good, perfect.
But they don't know a lot about dwarven relics or anything like that. They offer that they could send it to one of the more northern underwater cities that they have that's closer to the dwarves, and they could maybe find out more about it if you wanted them to. And the rabbit, though, they say they link that to a shop in Nabrago that they say that people knew about, and they used to specialize in these weird little rabbit trinkets.
Nabrago.
Okay. That's that city, right? That's an N, right? The font is really, in this font is really hard to differentiate between M's and N's.
Yeah, it is an N. Yeah.
Also, just metagaming a little bit. I'm going to take everyone so Erasmus, Blue, and Reverence, each of you add 100 gold pieces. We would do this later, but I'm thinking about it now. I'm going to take it from the kitty, but just give it to you. I know Blue was saying he was getting kind of low on his gold. So 300 from 500 is 200. So everyone has like spending money. That way if you're out and about and we're not together or whatever else.
Okay. 100 you said?
Yep.
I need full plate armor at some point.
Yeah.
And I need to go buy.
Say what?
You have a tail to go find.
Yeah,
A
we still have to pick up
tail.
Erasmus's tail. His metal.
Erasmus's tail.
His,
Yeah, but I think I already paid for that. At least half of it, I think.
Still got
Yeah, back in
back in the early days.
Newflim. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, I need to I have 3 leaves left in my book so I need to go get that at some point.
Yeah. Okay. Just sorry to metagame that, but I remember.
No, it's fine.
So, yeah.
Oh,
No worries.
Yeah, I think we've got then unless there's some more knowledge that the archivist has to share about that particular time period and or Orcus that they've been able to track down.
they don't have anything new for you.
Okay.
You mentioned the void, and they bring some very old sort of parchment roll things. That is what they put everything on. It's not a parchment, but more of like a skin. And they note that a place called the Void was mentioned in a couple of ancient treatises. There's not much known about it.
Is there any word on like how ancient?
The treatises themselves, they're some of the oldest things that they have, spanning millennia.
Yeah, like the
Okay,
void
so
was
like several thousand years before
well, centuries probably. At least.
Yes, it would have gone probably at least 10,000 years old.
Whoa! Okay. Whoa!
I mean, if people like remember,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Like
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, okay, 10,000 years old. Wow.
Well, she says it's this is a copy of a copy of a copy.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But the original is it is as far back as we can go.
Wow.
What I was really looking for, what I was mainly looking for was like how close to like the emergence of the, if you do like close to the emergence of the corruptions, but it doesn't seem like it was. Okay.
It's even earlier than that.
Our
much earlier than
culture, we came here from somewhere else. You understand? And as such, we came here after the corruption had already begun. So we did not we were not directly involved in most of that, and we are not aware of the corruption very much. It seemed like an upper world problem.
Yes, well,
and one which we perhaps foolishly believed that they had in hand.
Well, they kind of had it until recently.
Machinations, politics, and power seeking might be the downfall of. But yes, well, if your sages or wizards learn anything more about the cube, yes, as we have already said, it might be important, and this is very helpful information. So.
It is not much. It is said to be a place on the fringes of the astral sea, if you know what that is.
Oh.
Do we know what that is?
I guess roll intelligence, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
You could roll intelligence, you
history?
could roll arcana. History.
I'm rolling arcana then because I'm
would religion count? Not really, huh? Probably it's planes and stuff. I'll try arcana.
You remember that you had all these tests that you had to do on all the different planar aspects and had to know all the names and this thing, and you you don't remember the void, but you remember hearing about the astral sea and about how strange it was there, and so you have at least a memory of that in any case.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have anything else they want to ask or share?
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
Don't believe so.
Do you guys wish to spend another night here? Are you
Weren't you guys wanting to look up things or something?
I think we.
That was
Kinda-
the archivist was the person who looked it up for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so she
Well,
would have-
we still need to draft a letter.
yeah, but we can do
Yeah.
that like as we're packing.
Yeah.
So,
Into the 2-hour discussion of what the letter's gonna say.
yeah, I think the idea of going to Reverence's temple
Why are we
seems
going
like
to Reverence's
Where is that exactly?
That's in the Haspel's range, Haspel's mountain range.
So we would probably pass by Doom, where we have have something. We have the beekeeper.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
That would be on the
Oh
way.
god, it's been forever since we.
Yeah.
Like,
We
oh
can do
yeah,
her-
let's go see Erasmus's parents. It'll be fun. We'll just
And then
we rescued a prince.
so well we can do Khaldun and the beekeeper on the way to the temple.
Okay.
So if that works for everyone, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, that works for me.
Blue is very interested in going to Jansen.
I was seeing another temple.
Well, there's no temple there. Jansen.
No, like I would assume you would also be interested in seeing like how another temple and the one you grew up in works.
yeah. I mean,
That's
it's entirely different. He's not a monk.
No, but like yeah, that's why you're interested. It's
Yeah.
a different thing.
No. Blue's more interested in going to Jansel, the place that they saw Tabaxis.
All right. Yeah, I think she'll say, Your Majesties, as much as we would love to stay down here and enjoy the beautiful kingdom that you have, I think to protect it and make sure the corruption doesn't harm it, we should probably best be on our way.
Yeah. So, we could play this out for quite a while. They're
Yes.
formal people, so
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they give you a very long goodbye and offer to help you in any way they can. They give you 500 gold before leave.
Oof.
Put it in
They
the non-physical kitty.
Yeah.
After hearing where you want to go, they offer the services of the Blue Vista ship. Says it might make more sense if you wanted to go to Tasby than Hythwin. Less of a trek from there to Khaldun, but it's either way. Or we could of course take you back to Snert. It's up to you.
No, Tasby sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
They bring you up. It's quite late by the time you get up to where the ship is docked. There's some discussion with the captain, and you go aboard. And you wanted to go to Tasby?
Yeah, I assume we draft a letter and how much do we want to leave? How much do we want to money do we want to send
The
her?
prince is going to take care of her, remember?
Yeah,
Okay.
they would not
Okay.
let you send money to them.
We're
They're
still
going to
gonna
do
run
Okay, but we're definitely gonna draft a letter explaining the situation and apologizing for leaving
Yes.
without. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
We've done that and giving them to them. And yes, I think Tasby, we've no reason to go back to Snurf, and Heinflin would just set us back.
Mm-hmm.
Heinflin.
By the way, your plate armor is 1,000 gold
Yep.
pieces. We've got now 735 in the kitty, plus another 50, plus 3 platinum pieces.
Sweet.
Yeah. We're close.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you probably have some personal funds.
I have 192 gold.
That's
Shouldn't that
Yeah.
be, yes? It should, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll invest in tanking Reverence up. That's,
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Yeah,
Then we need to find a wizard that I can have this enchantment transferred to this armor.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, you have your fun, and you have a new hammer, don't you?
Oh, yeah. The warning hammer.
Yes. It doesn't do
screaming
magic
hammer.
damage, unfortunately. It just does.
It just screams.
It just screams, but you know,
It's a helpful scream.
it's a
It
helpful
hasn't done
scream.
yet. I'm still this. It hasn't actually done this.
Well, we haven't been ambushed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so total what I have what I have in the kitty is 51 gold pieces still from the Wolfie fight, 235 from Jim, 3 platinum pieces, 500 that we just got paid, and then the Triton treasure, I mean copper pieces I won't count, but 1,000 silver and 50 extra gold. So
Okay.
Nice.
And I
I
have.
think if we sat down, we could get.
yeah.
Yeah. How about yeah.
All right. Well, we can figure that out the next city that we're at,
Yeah.
because we're in
the
the
next
middle.
time
of
we
the ocean.
stop for a while,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to
'Cause we're in
say
the middle of an ocean at the moment.
correct, but just to say when we're ready to go then on that next bit.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna just fast forward. By the next day, you arrive in Tasby, which is it's kind of dirty. It's not as nice as any of the places that you've been. It looks, there's just a shabbiness to it. There's people walking around that look dicey as hell, you know, pirate types. But the captain tells you of a couple of inns that are that you know you could go to and they wouldn't
Rob us or kill us in our sleep.
exactly that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good if we need to. So, yeah, we're in Tasby. Is there anything? I mean, they probably can't do the kinds of stuff that you need here. We just have to make sure we don't get pickpocketed. I think mostly.
Nope.
Blue wants to figure out where to get either borrow. No, not borrow. Can't be borrowing shit. Just need some candle wax, some like sealing wax for like letters and shit.
Oh,
That you can definitely get, and it's only a couple of silver.
All right, yeah. So
A book.
in a book.
Yeah, I need a book.
Does it have to be blank?
No, it does not have to be blank. It just has to be something where I can rip the leaves out and write on them.
All right, roll investigation.
I am pretty good at that. I'm very good at that.
yeah.
I mean, the fancier the better.
You happen upon the only little bookstore in in all of Dasby, and it is a hole in the wall. But when you go in, it has quite a selection. These are mostly there's some ocean books, you know, ones that have like an atlas or that talk about ship making, but there are also a lot of novels, romance novels, tales of adventure on the high seas, that sort of thing.
Is there anything that seems like appropriate for me? Or for the thing I'm gonna do with them? Like fire related?
One of the romance novels is entitled Burning Passion.
Perfect.
And it's got like 400 pages, so you got that.
Ooh, perfect. So that's 200 leaves.
Yeah.
So
It's 3 silver for that.
Okay.
So sorry, there was a good point made about the beekeeper. Is there a way to hit multiple stops here in terms of where we're going next?
Well, if we're going to the temple, Khaldun, which is the city that the beekeeper's nearby, if I remember correctly, like she's at the bottom of.
Khaldun.
Yeah, she's in Khaldun, so
okay.
that's. I don't know where in the mountains the temple is. Like if they're up here, it's obviously not on the way.
Well, I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
Reverence, I knew where I pictured it, but if you want to, it's your temple. You can tell us where it is.
Oh, yeah.
Reverence?
Reverence?
Did he BRB? I didn't see it.
Oh no.
Did he drop out? I wasn't looking. No.
He's still in the colony, still in roll 20. He might have just stepped out without saying anything.
Okay.
I say we go to Khaldun and just talk to the beekeeper.
Yeah, and then we can swing back up in this direction. It makes sense to go through that way.
Yeah.
We can avoid the roads, right? We're good enough to avoid the roads.
Yeah, we can just go in the forest.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some kind of road through the forest, but yeah.
Yeah, we don't need
through
roads.
the forest to Khaldun.
Who needs
We don't need roads where we're going.
Nah. We're used to getting lost.
Like, honestly, any bandits trying to attack us would be idiots.
Pretty much.
Yeah, at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're going to beeline it. We're not going to try to do the roads where... Yeah. We're feeling cocky.
Beeline to Khaldun.
Mm-hmm.
One question.
Hit beeline.
I'm back.
Okay. We wanted to know where you picture your temple being.
Oh. Hold on.
Where along the mountain chain?
I gotta move things around so I can look at the map.
No worries.
I've got all my paint stuff sitting out here. Okay, so you said in general area where let's see, this general area here between Anskalon and Afla in the mountains here, right? Was
Yes.
where you originally said. I imagined it to be somewhere near, like somewhere between that lake and the river. Prifle?
Real? Can you make a little circle? Oh yeah.
Like right here.
All right. Yep, we can do that.
Perfect.
Like a place that's out of the way and kind of hard to get to.
But has a big water source nearby, or... That makes sense. Oh, I hope that lake is like a great lake. It would be cool.
Okay. Oh,
Well, the Khaldun is still sort of on the way there.
Yeah.
the question I was going to ask is if you kept your clothes that you were given.
Oh, no, I would probably have left those behind, as beautiful as they were.
Yeah, no. Those were
leave them-
definitely just for the formal thing.
Yeah, leave them hanging in my room as I packed up.
Blue kept his. Blue kept his dress.
I kept mine,
I did not keep mine.
though I don't know that I'll ever wear it again.
Oh, we might meet some royal people somewhere else. I don't know.
It's not very practical. It's pretty, but it's not practical, my dress.
Yeah, it's definitely not for combat clothes.
Yeah. My AC
Blue
is
doesn't
terrible.
need armor.
I would assume that Reverence is also like didn't keep the Mariner's armor and switched back to his normal armor.
Unless they let me have it.
I mean,
Well,
So
even
do
then,
you-
since you're on land, you probably switch back to the other one.
Yeah, but it doesn't not help me to have it. I'm just saying.
That's true.
I could jump into any body of water and swim.
You can also walk on it.
yeah, they gave me a pretty necklace. That seemed like enough.
Yeah.
Nobody else got a necklace.
Did they ask for it back? Is what I'm asking.
No. Whether they even thought to, you're not sure, but they did not ask for it back.
They didn't ask. I didn't say anything.
It's not really stealing. Yes. Blue has also been suspiciously quiet about the fact that he still has a skull and has not said anything about it.
You have the skulls? still? I thought we
the-
gave it away.
key-
No, the whip skull.
The whip skull. Blue still has
hell.
it.
Sweet.
Whip skull sounds like a C-list superhero.
My favorite superhero. Whip
Maybe
skull.
Woolen is like Citizen Skull. I don't know. It's Skeletor's brother.
Hell yeah.
I guess
we're gonna be on our way then. What are we doing?
So you're just gonna buy some sealing wax and Blowtown. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Let's see. So you're going off road.
Yep.
Yes.
We're beelining it.
To the beaver.
Beekeeper. It's a terrible joke.
So, roll me. Somebody should roll nature or survival, since you're.
The kitty's got survival.
Please,
I have
I
nature.
have so much glue in my hands right now.
Kitty does not have that much survival, apparently.
Well, you have a +9, which is more lucky.
Terrible. Rolled a 3. God.
Yeah,
Well, you
that's
don't get lost, but it is. It's unfamiliar terrain, and so sometimes you kind of veer off the direction. You probably get about halfway through into a large clearing. As night falls, do you wish to rest or go on?
Tiny hut and rest? We haven't tiny hutted in a while.
Well, the tiny hut person isn't here.
Hopefully still has tiny hut. I don't think we're that interested in traveling like all night, are we?
No.
Yeah.
We're not in that much of a hurry.
No. So tiny hut and rest.
All right, Erasmus, are you keeping watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, if people want to wake up and help me, since my perception isn't that good, sure. But like, yeah, I will be. Well, the first I will be burning the remaining 4 pages in the old book just to get rid of it as a last offering.
It sparkles a little as it finally goes away.
And then I will keep watch and start reading the new book. Why not? Find out what the burning passion book is about. It has burning in the title. That's be interesting.
Did you find a smut novel?
Yes,
More or less.
it had burning in the title. How can I resist it?
Yeah. You can't say no to that.
Oh, and I will. And every time there's like something fire related, I will like underline it or make a note and some description on it.
So you have a book about a tiefling lord and a young human maiden who fall passionately in love, and they are kept apart by their small thinking town that they are near, who does not want to see them together. A bunch of things happen. You can roll an intelligence check. You get about halfway through it. Not the sort of book you usually read, and you're like, what? You start to remember.
With fire. That's false advertisement.
There's only a couple, even just mentions of fire. You know, there's a lot of talk about glowing candle light and stuff like that, but nothing really burns.
After I give up on it, I start I go back and with my ink just start replacing words with fire related stuff, rewriting it.
Yeah, well, if anybody
Erasmus becomes a aspiring fan fiction writer.
For pyromaniacs.
It's a very niche market. I guess you also would also want me to roll the perceptions, have a lookout.
I would. Are people planning to watch with you or just trust you to?
Oh no, Blue's gonna,
Absolutely
Blue's gonna,
not.
When would we ever
I'm
trust
gonna hang out.
Erasmus?
I wouldn't trust me.
She doesn't sleep well when he's on watch.
All right. So who's taking the first watch with Erasmus?
Blue will do it.
All right, you can roll perception with advantage then.
Yeah. 20 wisdom. Look at that. Full range.
Yes.
Right there.
There isn't much to see, but whatever there is, every time an owl flicks its wings or the sparkling of stars in the sky, you are right on top of it.
Right.
Which is good because Erasmus keeps muttering about stupid Lord. It's not burning anything.
I would totally be on the side of the Lord and his lover. Like, it's the town that's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid town. No one's burning anything.
Yeah.
Why don't they just piss already?
That town needs to burn.
You hear a lot of mumbling coming from him, so that's kind of why you're like, you're just like, no, I'm not paying any attention to him. Everything else. Now, Elspeth, they weren't sure if you had tiny hut. So did you cast tiny?
I don't think I prepared it before. No, I think we're sleeping on the stars. She hadn't really thought about it. She
No
moved,
worries.
yeah. She did remove curse in case something happened to Blue.
I love that.
So we're sleeping under the stars. From under the ocean to under the stars. That's our life.
It's a nice balmy night. A little buggy, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
I can take second watch then. So roll with advantage.
Sure.
Look at us.
Ooh.
And the same.
Ranging.
Erasmus is sitting there scratching out words in his notebook and giggling and being like, flame, flame, you know. So once again, you are paying no attention to him and all the attention on the outside clearing, which, you know, by the time you're done staring at it for several hours, you could draw it from memory.
Okay. All right. I'll wake up Reverence.
All right. Pulling up the character. Oh, I got to refresh. Hold on.
That's fine.
Perception.
Yep.
Yep, with advantage.
16.
Well, now that Erasmus is done his book, he's not quite as odd acting. So you guys are just sort of hanging out, watching around. You watch as the morning comes up, flick a few bugs off of you, you know, kind of find yourself missing the gorgeous silken blankets of the palatial bed that you slept in before, but here you are again. And yeah, you end up with a brand new day. And I have to just go grab something to, my throat's getting dry, so
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
be right back.
No worries.
I need a bio break too, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
And I need to go put this miniature up, so I'll be right back.
So it's just you and me, Micro.
Just you and me.
Yep. So what was do you remember why we were seeing the beekeeper? I don't remember why we were seeing the beekeeper. It's been so long.
I think she's like an oracle prophet kind of deal.
I think that's got to be at least over a month ago that we were on that.
That is way longer than that.
Yeah.
Because, like, we originally started going like towards her when we were still up in Helvaka.
Yeah, I'm just looking through my notes because I do remember. I thought I wrote down something about a beekeeper, but it seems to have moved. Raven statue. No, those are my items. Yeah, so I know that someone who has information.
Yeah, she has information. I think I'm like like 70% sure she's like an oracle of some description.
Yeah. And do we know why we're going to the Oracle?
Oh fuck! It was like
Someone told us to go down there, right?
yeah, and it was something like was it someone from like I have this a vague memory of it like being someone from the Candlewick Society in up in Skygard.
Oh yeah, that might have been it. Oh yeah, so it's when was it when someone met us outside of town with something that they had to give us, or we had to trade something? And
when
then
we got arrested, or not we?
Well, when Erasmus
was
got arrested, yeah, we got kind
I
of.
did not get arrested. I got held in detention.
Sovereign citizens of D&D.
Locked up on some bullshit.
Am I under arrest? I do not consent to this arrest.
We were just trying to remember what I think it was maybe in that place where they were really super prejudiced. Yeah, that we got kicked out of, but we met somebody on the outside. Oh, that's right, because there was a Candlewick Society person there that saved our ass.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we got out of that problem. So I think she told. Yeah, I think you're right. I think she told us we had to meet the bee lady. It had something to do with. I feel like it's got something to do with Elspeth.
I don't remember. I think I would remember if it was more about me. I thought it was.
I don't. Yeah.
There was because they were supposed to take a turn at the left with some kind of crooked house on a mountain or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that was the lady that to get us through the pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
And she got us through the pass just fine. But yeah, was it the druids that sent us to the bee lady?
No,
the druid. We were talking. There was a druid lady who's an expert in spores that was told that they could come back to the.
Yeah, the mushroom lady.
Oh, that she could come back to.
Yeah, Madrigon. Yeah, Madrigon is welcome back to the Enclave. Is the message.
Yeah. I don't remember. Like, it's something with the corruption. She knows, but it's more specific than that. It's like something like. We really should fucking write things down.
I sporadically write things down. I'll try to be better.
I have a very small handful of notes.
Yeah. I mean, I keep them in my bio sheet, so.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd for, like, keeping notebooks unnecessarily.
Then you can't find the notebook you need or the page you wanted.
Yeah. I made the terrible mistake of, at some point when I was, like, I don't know, getting into my teenage years, saying something about like liking notebooks and writing. And so they have been like my parents' go-to Christmas presents for like decades now.
Yeah.
So I have like more notebooks than I ever know what to do with. To be fair, like I do enjoy writing, so I have filled up a decent amount of notebooks, but I still have more than I can ever get through.
Yeah,
if you're gonna want to get rid of them, some of them, send them to pasta.
I have
Sorry, my kids were way late.
We're talking about notebooks, and Jess isn't back yet. So.
Well, we're also really embarrassed that you can't remember why we want to go see the beekeeper.
We can, like, it's something with the corruption, but it's more specific than that.
All right. Guys roll in intelligence. If you're talking about it together, you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Whoever's best.
Who has the highest intelligence?
Because 0 and
I have a plus nothing in intelligence.
I've got a +2 at least with advantage.
Okay, well, yeah.
So yes, you remember exactly why you went to go to the beekeeper of Keldun. It's because she's a seer. And
I didn't remember that correctly.
Yes, so this is what you were told about the beekeeper.
Is it
She's
Ellen?
Sort of, I don't believe that they gave you a name.
Oh, okay.
She called her the beekeeper. She is some sort of powerful magic user and definitely a diviner. She's also someone who seems to be a protector of the very poor town of Keldun.
Oh.
Now, the town of Keldun is, and the city of Vaspiquel, which is a city of mages, often seem to be They seem to be in sort of a silent class-based struggle, if you will. It is Vaspaquel would like to have access to some of the resources from the Tovro Lake and River that Khaldun is considered more the owner of, but Khaldun is very poor. So there's sort of this tension there, and it is generally believed that if it wasn't for the beekeeper, Khaldun would be screwed.
Oh.
Okay.
But because she's powerful, but she's powerful in a way that people don't really understand. She's not a formally trained wizard of any kind. They're not sure. She doesn't appear to be exactly a druid or exactly anything. But it is known that if you go there and you are willing to make an offer to her that is amenable, let's put it, she will answer you some questions and look into use her clairvoyance or her divination to answer them.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay.
Unionize
Well-
this place.
Well, I'm sure. Like, hey, tell us something or the world dies. That probably works.
Maybe not. Yeah, we should.
Okay,
really-
maybe make it sound less like a threat.
Yeah, we should maybe pick up more bottles of wine and then you carry around and hand out to people or something.
We have a whole cask of rum.
Yeah, but you can't give someone a casket. Well, I don't want to give them a casket of rum.
Yeah, we're not giving up with it. That casket, we worked hard for that one. We're keeping it to ourselves.
I feel like if we're gonna go ask her for stuff, maybe we should maybe see if there's a place that they do wooden carved bees.
We gotta find honey wine.
Oh yeah. I was thinking or like some little or jewelry with bees on it.
But all this between, well, I guess we can try and find it in the city. Or
We're in the
town.
wilderness now at this point. So.
Yeah, we're on
exactly.
our way to Khaldun, so when we get there, we're not gonna actually take bees and put pins in them, like on a piece of wood, and be like, "We brought you a present."
We made a connection.
We brought you bees.
Heard you like bees.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we can keep going.
All right. So you head in, and again, Blue, do you want to roll one of the things? Survival, wasn't it? Yeah.
Survival.
Why is...
Go blue.
Oh.
22. Much better this time.
To navigate through the forest.
Yeah. You've learned the lay of the land now. Especially all that looking out you did while you were ignoring Erasmus. And so, yeah, you get yourself straight to Khaldun within several hours.
Oh, we don't even. Oh, okay. Cool. I was like, oh shit, we're probably gonna encounter something in this forest, but okay.
So what does Khaldun look like?
It is clearly a very densely populated area. Poor. It is one of those places. How would I explain it? If you'd gone to New York City, into one of the neighborhoods that immigrants have sort of taken over the entire neighborhood, where sort of everybody lives on top of, next to, and around everybody else. People kind of. It's
like
very,
a favilla almost?
like a what?
Favilla? Like the slums of South American.
It has a sort of slummy, too many people living in too small a space. But there is despite this, there's a sort of a spirit in the air. There's camaraderie among the people as you pass them by. everybody's sort of going about their business in a very friendly way. There's a real vibe here. It's not like some of the other poor communities that you've been to. This is one where
That
it's
culture.
clear that there's a community and a culture and a shared communal history and space that people yeah.
Cool.
What do you want to do?
Well, that's a good question. I think if we're gonna go visit someone and ask for her help, it would be nice to pick up some sort of gift or thing to, not let's say offer her so much as more to understand that we're asking her to do us a favor and being gracious in advance.
Well, maybe we should start by figuring out where she is.
True. Let's see. So is there like I would take it there's like a main road that, or some main roads that run, or are they
Or like a
mostly
market, or-
Yeah.
There's a market area. I think that just by the congregation of people moving back and forth, you can kind of figure out where that is.
Yeah. Anyone sell honey wine here?
Yes. Several people seem to be selling it. In fact, as you look around, honey-based products and things with bee symbols or things of that nature seem popular.
Yeah, we might be overdoing it with the honey then.
Yeah, she might already have that.
I mean, if
she
we're
likes
bringing,
it.
or maybe she hates it,
True.
or maybe she has so much of it that it doesn't matter if she likes it or not.
Just get her some scotch.
What else do we have that we could possibly give her?
I mean, in our inventory, we got rid of that creepy porcelain doll.
I have a fancy outfit that she can wear.
There is that bloodstone porcelain rabbit that isn't that comes from that one
Maybe
place.
she likes rabbits.
Yeah, and it's porcelain. So
Maybe we should try and ask. Like, we don't know. Like, sure, we have to make an offering, but like, we don't know. Like, maybe it's not like a monetary offering. Maybe it's like emotional. Like, we have to offer her something that like we have an emotional attachment to.
well,
Considering how there's so much honey stuff around, we could probably ask like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's up with all the honey stuff?"
or
yes.
we could just say we're gonna go talk to the beekeeping.
We're looking.
lady.
Yeah, we're looking for her.
And maybe people will give us some, hopefully, helpful advice on how to
Yeah.
get.
Or maybe they'll be like, "Oh, you're gonna go talk to the beekeeper." Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So I don't know. In one of the shops, let's just ask like, "What's up with all the honey?"
Elizabeth
Yeah.
pushes forward our highest charisma character. Like
A bear. See, Chattanooga Police Department confirms a bear has been spotted walking around downtown Chattanooga.
Makes sense.
because it's Friday. Why not?
Makes perfect sense. I hope not. Is it Friday?
No, it's not. It's Saturday.
So
but
yeah, sorry, Saturday. You're right.
actually, it's Sunday for us.
Yeah, time has no meaning anymore.
Yeah.
Yep, that is definitely a black bear.
Wow.
Well, they don't. They, like 5-10 years ago, they didn't even live here at all.
I hope they don't shoot it.
Oh, they'll probably drink it. That's little black bear, little things.
Little things.
I mean, they are relatively.
Compared to other
They're like a
bears.
big dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a big dog that can kill you.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I mean, so could a big dog.
Yeah.
Okay, that can kill you more easily.
All right. So if you want to take a perception look around to see if you see a particular person.
Go perception. Yeah.
Whoa.
We're rolling. We're on
Look
a
at
roll
that.
right now.
Yeah.
Crit,
Until we get into combat and we
then we'll be-
crit fail everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both
All right. So you see that there's a general store called Vicky's Mart in red on a whiteboard. It is a terracotta single-story building with green tile roof and vines that cover the walls and roof. It has a little bell over the door. As you head in, you see that there's a lot of what you might think of as recycling going on. Like there seems to be parts of a carriage that have been split apart and made into shelves. There's things that appear. It has a very like we reuse everything here kind of feel to it. As you go in, there is a female human whom you take to be Vicky at the main area. She's a malnourished-looking woman with a sleeveless long coat of deep violet leather, and her tied back hair is kind of dishwater blonde.
Yep. High charisma character.
Yep.
Reverence.
Sorry. I was a bit distracted about a bear. Were you going to ask about the woman, or are we going to get a room?
No, we're just trying to figure out what the deal is with the bees and what might be a good thing to take to somebody who.
Yeah,
to the
what are the
woman.
customs around? Is she friendly? Is she aloof? Is she approachable? Do we have to like sit outside her door for 3 days before she'll let us in, kind of thing?
What was her name? I forget.
We don't
top of my head.
know. She's just the protector of Khaldun.
The beekeeper of Khaldun is all you know.
Greetings, miss. May I ask you a question?
Sure. You gonna buy anything?
I'll look around. Is there something interesting within eyesight?
Yeah. I mean, there's some vials, some rope, some
more
there's
beeswax.
some candles. Yep, beeswax candles. There's your basic, the things that are in a general store.
Blue will grab a beeswax thing and be like, beeswax thing.
Okay. My companion who wished to purchase something, I will get that for him. The beekeeper of Khaldun, we've heard stories of this individual. I'm curious about them. Could you tell me anything?
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh, you come to see the beekeeper, eh? Yeah, lots of people do. Well, she's out on right near the lake, and if she wants to see you, she'll see you, and if she doesn't, she won't.
Is there anything in particular that might assist us in seeing the beekeeper, or having her wish to see us?
Nah, she knows.
Nah, she knows. No.
She knows her own mind. Basically, if she lets you in, she's gonna ask you for something, and she knows what to ask you for.
Oh.
Are there
I
ball
guess she's
bearings
a
in this shop?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Just
Yes, there is.
Then, well, then that seems pretty simple. So it's just on the lake here.
Yeah, over on the northernmost point of the lake. It's she's a little outside of most where everybody else lives. She kind of has her own thing, but you can't miss it. It looks like a big beehive, and she's got the gardens and such.
She goes all in on that, I see. Well,
That's a thing.
Beekeeper.
I appreciate your assistance, and we will be purchasing whatever my companions wish to be buying.
yeah. I'll use the time to pick up some ball bearings. I'll take 3 boxes.
Do you know off the top of your head? Because
I
can
don't, but I could. Yeah, I was just gonna do that.
Let's see. Oh,
We'll let Erasmus.
Yeah.
I have to side up. They cost. Wait, how much is in a bag of ball bearing? Is 1,001 of them, and that costs 1 gold piece, and it
Okay.
weighs 2 pounds.
I'll pick up 3.
All right, so that's
3,000 ball bearings.
Well, you use them once. That's there. You can't pick them up,
Yeah.
can you? So
I mean, you could.
You could, but
I'm
it's
not
gonna
picking
take
up 1,000
forever.
balls. Yeah. So
What about
she'll-
500?
Yep. 3 gold pieces. That's probably a good sale.
Yeah, she looks happy. She says, "Hey, tell her Vicky said hi."
Will do. Gives her a smile.
All right then. Have a good one.
You too.
You as well.
To the beekeeper. To the keeper of the bees.
Let's do it.
The buzzing mother. Probably not when she's cold.
All right, are you going straight there?
I think
Yes.
so. Yeah. We're kind of on a mission.
Anything else? Yeah.
It's not like we have anything else to do here.
Yeah, we've kind of left this off for a while, so we're catching up.
Yeah.
Sure. You can find your way now that you've been given directions fairly easily. I would think this is a well-trodden area. If anything, you'd have to just ask somebody and they'd point you the way. You get to a winding dirt road that goes along the northern bank of the lake. And you are met by really beautiful gardens and a house that does, in fact, look like a giant golden brick beehive.
That is incredibly interesting.
Wow, I wonder who lives there.
We may never know.
Yeah, I guess we'll go up to the door. Let her know Vicky says hi.
So you go to the door, and as you knock on it, you hear a distant voice say, "It's open. Come in."
We come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Open and step into the beehive.
It is, there's not a lot of difference between the indoor and the outdoor here. It is,
Full of honey.
well, you can see that there's like honey lined up against the wall. There's a lot of plants and a lot of bees.
Oh, anybody allergic?
There are bees everywhere.
And you can see that there's sort of what you would expect to see in any beekeeper's place, those sort of boxes that bees make their houses in.
The pipes with the plates and. Not sure plate is the right word.
And an elderly orc woman comes and steps out. She is dressed in a frilly sundress it's kind of golden colored. It has blue flowers on it, a lace collar. She has a simple lace wimple on her hair, which is bright white and kind of looks a little beehivish as well.
She has an aesthetic. She's sticking to it. I respect that.
She has golden eyes, and she's one of those people that if it wasn't for that white hair, you wouldn't be able to tell how old she is. She's deep jade skin, and a very prim look about her. She smiles at you. You see her tusks, which are small but quite sharp. And she gestures you over and says, well, come sit down.
She
Children.
doesn't happen to be wearing a candle wick around her wrist, does she?
She is not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case she was part of the... Yeah. All right.
And you see that there is there's tea set up. Enough tea and teacups for all of you and her.
Oh.
Oh, she know. Oh, that is kind of creepy. Like, I know she did. Like, I know it's like she does probably means well. Like, she isn't a danger to us, but like, it feels a little creepy. Like, don't know that I'm coming like that.
Elspeth is actually kind of impressed. She's like, "Oh, wow, nice." Okay. Yeah, sit down and.
Yeah.
She passes out tea and cookies to everyone and says, have you had a good journey?
Yeah.
We've had an eventful journey, yes.
It's been something.
I rarely get out these days. I like it right where I am. Home sweet home.
Sweet.
Yes.
You notice that the bees cluster around her wherever she is, and she doesn't seem to mind in the least.
It is a lovely place you have here.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and Vicky from the market says, or the mart says hi.
Yeah.
She's a lovely woman.
Yeah, she was very helpful to us.
Yes.
Well, what has brought you to my humble abode?
Well, we've heard so much about you, quite honestly, and we were intrigued. We were on our way towards the mountains to the west, and well, we figured we'd stop by and see what the the buzz was all about.
Aren't you cute?
I
Probably
tried.
heard that a million times before.
But she seems charmed.
We've been tasked with finding out about the corruption, and our journey has caused us to become even more entangled with its spread and learning what is driving it. Certainly whatever insights or advice that you could give us so that we can keep Lirune and your beautiful home in the current state of non-destructiveness that they are would be helpful.
Possibly the entire plane.
Yes.
Well, I certainly would love to try to help you if I could. There are some formalities, of course. That's how these things work. You have to give something to get something in this world.
Of course.
Have you heard of Vaspequel?
The town to the southeast, correct?
Yeah, big city.
City.
Plenty of people.
Yes. Oh, excuse me.
Don't.
Have some of that water.
Yeah.
You've been talking a lot.
Have some honey.
How does it?
I just want to make bee puns. Oh dear.
Went down the wrong way.
Oh, I hate when that happens. And my eyes water and my nose runs. Yikes. I think she's going to make us go and take out our enemies, and then we're going to make enemies.
Take out our enemies.
I think it's probably more like get something in the city.
Yeah,
No,
you
we
wish.
must slaughter all the maidens.
There's a wasp keeper or something we have to find.
The Wasp Master must be put to stress.
If all she needed was someone to run an errand, I don't think she'd ask us. But
I wish for you to kill the Wasp Master and the Hornet King.
How you doing, Chrissy? Is she muted?
Are you all right?
I don't hear her.
No, she's muted still.
Oh no.
Eating. The bees got to her.
Yeah. Either that or it's snack time.
She's become one with the bees. It's all over now.
One flew down her throat. Oh no.
I can't believe it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh goodness.
I can't think of any other bee-related things.
No, and my mind is like bee pun, come up with a bee pun.
That's actually, you have to out bee pun her, so you get your fortune told.
Oh, that would be fun. Bee fun.
I'm gonna throw you off a cliff, Erasmus.
Oh, I'm worried about Chrissy now. She's still muted.
Yeah.
It will be okay.
All right. Yeah. So that city is probably going to be at least a day. We have to go around the lake.
Which city did you say? Vasco.
This one.
The one we entirely circumvented to
Oh
get
god.
there.
I think Hornet might be correct. If like Vesper, like that kind of sounds like the Latin for bee.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
Vesper.
The whole place has
All
been
right.
infested with bees or something.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
No, it's
Welcome
fine. We were just
back.
worried about you.
Yeah, it went down the wrong way, and I was like, oh, I'm choking. I'm back. I'm back.
So
So-
we have to give something to get something.
Yes.
There's a powerful mage
Please.
in Vaspaquel. And he has done some of my people rather dirty. And I would like him to never be able to do that again.
In what way? Like sort of like steal all his magical items, remove his spells, or do you want him to move to a different city, or what were you? Did you have anything specific in mind?
I should leave that to your imagination.
Okay.
You are very capable and resourceful. I do not require his death, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
so what exactly, if I may ask, has this person done to warrant such a thing?
Well, it's a sad story. There was a maid from our town who worked for him, and she came under his spell, if you will. I've always thought it was wrong for a powerful mage to use his talents to convince young people to do things they wouldn't otherwise do. When she became with child, he sent her away and told her he doubted it was his and he wanted nothing more to do with her. I'm afraid she drowned herself.
Oh no.
Jesus.
no.
So yes, I protect the people around here. But I do not like to go outside of the town if I don't have to. I'm just so lucky that such brave adventures happened by.
And the name of this rascal?
Let us pull some cards and see where they leave us. And before you leave the town, you will have a name.
Okay.
She brings out a large set of cards, and I'm going to have each one of you roll a d20.
Ooh.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Can I grab my IRL D20s? Because superstitions. Alright.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do the same then.
Wait, what's happening?
Superstition.
You're rolling
We're rolling
our
a
own?
A
D20.
physical D20. Yeah, he's gonna roll
Yeah.
a physical dice.
Because I'm being unnecessarily superstitious.
I'm gonna use my Cthulhu dice.
There we go. See?
Well, I can reach over and get my bag of dice.
I'm gonna use
I'm just like, I hereby getting dice. I want to roll my own.
my fancy of the two ones I have.
Get my favorite purple dice out.
Yep. I got these are my anniversary dice. All right. Don't fail me, anniversary dice. Oh, a 20.
Whoa!
Whatever that means. I'm not even sure if that's a good thing or not.
You
but I got
die.
It's a death card.
Death.
20.
Your
This is
flesh
it.
turns to ice
one is
and
the-
chips away. I got a 16.
See what I get. Also a 20.
Roll. You'll have to roll again.
We've got the first 20.
All right, you can only draw one. 13.
Okay. You guys are all rolling high.
I got a 12.
Okay. So the first one was in fact Elspeth has good instincts. The first one is the Reaper.
Ah.
She looks
Nice.
at you and says, "Do you have, by any chance, an unusual relationship with the death?"
Ooh.
Probably. I
She
died once. Does that count?
Maybe.
I do believe that does.
And yes.
Her golden eyes glisten, and she says, "And yet when the Reaper came for you, you were not there. Lucky thing, that."
I mean, I'm happy about it.
She sits back, and there's a moment of quiet, and she says, "You may ask me one question relating to this card, or death, or anything like that. Great change. And I will answer it."
Death or great change. Goodness.
Yeah, the death card in tarot doesn't actually mean physical death. It means a transformation.
Yeah. Okay. Great change. Great change. One question regarding great change. Feel like
You
I should
can
ask
think
something-
on it a moment if you want.
Yes, please.
Very well. And Erasmus, the card that you have pulled is called the Champion, and it shows a knight in a glistening armor standing tall as all around him corpses lay. His bloody sword is risen high. I sense that you are the sort to do great things, but at great cost. Cost maybe that you don't even know yet. You may ask me one question about deeds that will be done, battles or fights that you must win, or costs that must be paid.
Oh. What? What's the nature of this cost?
For you,
Yes.
your soul. It will,
Okay.
as it burns away, it burns away, little by little. If you do not find another way to be a champion, it will someday burn all the way to ash, and there will be nothing left.
You see Erasmus smiling.
I don't think you're supposed to smile at that, Erasmus.
Blue says that.
I think
in
that's a
character.
bad thing.
It is indeed.
We gotta get him a different. We gotta.
Because the fire fills something within you. But when you are truly empty, there is no fire that will ever be great enough.
Really need to get on that dating game for him.
Erasmus has to stop smiling. Like that is like he already knows that day will probably come, and he has no problem with the fact that his soul will be consumed.
We're getting you a new deity.
To save you from yourself.
Who rolled next?
Reverence, I think.
I rolled a
16, right?
16. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You rolled the red fields. Red flowers are in a great field. Each of them are cut and lying broken and spent on the ground. She looks up and she says, "A war is coming, and you will be within it. You may ask me any question regarding this card that you wish."
I look over at Elspeth. You may wish to go with her next. I have to think on this.
Okay. I got a 12.
All right. She got a 12. You have the golden hive. It is a great giant golden beehive.
Smile at it. Smile at her.
She smiles back at you. You have been blessed with many things. But there is, I sense something buzzing within. A secret that you must discover. And you will not find it on the outside, but you must go somewhere deep inside instead. You may ask me one question about this card, or anything it occurs to you.
She said the secret. There's a secret.
There are many secrets, and you above all are gifted in the ways of uncovering secrets, are you not?
Oh, I try to be.
That is a great gift in these terrible days.
Will attaining the knowledge that lies behind this secret require a great sacrifice?
From you?
Yes.
She sits back. All will have to sacrifice at the end. But if you have courage, you can see your way through. It is you who will find the princess.
Cool.
You have already met a paladin who's a dragonborn, yes?
Dragon,
Yeah, we did.
Okay, yes.
We did in the very, very early on.
Okay.
He will help you find it. Her. He will help you find her. And then that will set off a time of great pain for everyone in this world. But hopefully, it is only the pain of a rebirth into a new and better one.
She looks at the table and says, maybe a rebirth like the one that stopped the corruption the last time.
Perhaps you can find an even better way.
That would be
Hope so.
ideal.
Yes.
Galen didn't do so well.
No, not so much. Well, that was my question. Thank you.
You're welcome. 2 more questions there are to be asked.
I have mine, which is where will the big change happen?
Nice.
And she sits back and she says, it will begin in Strakoi. And if you can stop it before it spreads into the corruption, that would be good. You will prevent the Reaper from finding many more he otherwise would come for. I cannot see yet if this is possible. But yes, that is where the great battle will begin, in Strakoi.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you, my tiefling friend, I sense that you and I serve the same powers.
Oh.
We do indeed. But my question is this. In this war that is to come, in which there ought to be sides and much bloodshed, what side will I stand on as opposed to the demon, to the devil, Zariel?
Oh.
She leans back and she says, in the final battles, you do not stand opposed to her. Though she may not be your friend, you have heard that the enemy of my enemy can be one's friend, but some friendships come with a high price. I warn you, though, I give you this warning, as we serve the same power. Hurry to your home. She is there, and she means it harm. She wishes to use them against you. You must not let her. She sits back. She smooths out her dress, puts away the cards, and says, does anyone else want a little more tea?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Oh, sure. She pours you all more tea.
Yes, Elizabeth, she'll say, yeah, I think we should drink up and then go mess up a dastardly mage's life down in Vas Paquel.
Oh, well, you should stay the night in the town. It's a lovely place, really, once you get past all the look of the poverty. They are good people.
Certainly.
You should stay at the Crooked Rest.
Okay.
It's a lovely place. You tell them I sent you. They'll treat you well.
Of course. And do you need us to report back on our mission, or will you hear of it from other means?
I will know when it is done. The man you seek is named Rolf Layton.
Rolf Layton.
Okay. Rolf's
He
gonna
is a
have a bad
human.
week. Human?
Fuck you, Rolf. Let's go find Rolf.
All right, let's go plan.
Well, I hope you well on your journeys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
And thank you for the tea and for the insights.
Yeah, it was very good.
My friends make it for me. As she says that, bees start to crawl on her body, on her hair, on her arms, and she's just,
They seem very appreciative. That is a very obscure joke.
You pushed that one.
Yeah, that
I
was
got
awful.
it, but you pushed it. You pushed it real hard.
You were awful. Just awful.
Also, when we get back, we have to have a conversation about your deity friend,
Yes.
fiendish friend.
I think intervention is the word we're looking for. At some point. Yes. Yeah, so we finish up our tea. Make our polite farewells. And head to the Crooked
Rest.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let me just write down a couple of things really quick, because I need to remember which ones you guys all got.
Yeah.
Because this is it's one of the things that was going to actually drive the story if you ended up going here. It's going to tell me where you were going.
Cool.
I mean, that's kind of the nature of tarot cards. Like, if the reading of it, kind of, there's some self-fulfilling prophecy in it.
All right. How do we fuck with Rolf?
So what's okay? Besides fucking, is that really our only goal? Is just fuck with him? We gotta get him to stop, right?
Well,
Yes.
yes, but I think the question is, how do we get to him? And then how do we get him to stop? And also, we kind of have to suss out what level wizard he is.
And possibly also what kind of wizard.
I'm thinking I could be bait.
Possibly.
You do you. I'm not gonna stop you.
Well, if he's into chicks, at least into chicks.
Il Spade.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can get close to him and get him on his not on his guard, off guard. And he doesn't know us. So yeah. We're making our way back to the inn and
Into Khaldun, yeah.
Well, no, we're going to inn first, right?
Yeah. Into Khaldun to find the
Oh
Crooked
yeah,
Rest.
Khaldun, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
That
do
inn
that.
to get a rest.
All
You're
right.
back again.
Let us know how the bear does.
How do you scare the shit out of a wizard?
How do you?
Hmm.
I mean, we
Okay.
have do you have thaumaturgy, Elspeth?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So it's
No.
just Reverence and I who can be all big and scary and.
I mean, I have disguise self that will that could probably do something.
Well, otherwise, if we could like find something he really values and take it away from him and tell him that he'll get it back.
Hands. Everyone really like Blizzard would really appreciate his hands because he needs them to do magic.
We can't take his hands away.
We can't give him. But if we could take something,
but he does have a spell book.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
he does. And
I'm sure that's super valuable.
And if he wants to get it back, he has to shape up and make amends.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can get him out of his clothes, you guys can dig through the robes.
Yeah,
well.
Elspeth seduces him, gets him out, and then
we just wait till he's asleep and have the cat sneak in and grab the spellbook.
What?
Well, not if he's got the spellbook with him, though.
If he's got it on him.
Yeah.
I don't think he sleeps with it.
No, but he's gonna we gotta separate it because there's a good chance he probably has a spare spell book. We can't have that. So I say we have the fire happy kobold in the probably room full of books, ready to light them on fire.
Okay, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, and then we get him naked and take his actual if he's got a spell book, take that with him, and then we got okay, here's the thing. I got a friend who's gonna burn down your shit, and I got your other spell book, so let's have a talk.
So there's something about my goddess that I haven't really talked about too much, but there is this love ritual that they're supposed to hook up with people.
Wait, oh, they're Aphrodite?
Talk about this.
Kinda,
what
yeah.
Is this?
I'm not quite sure. I'm looking it up now, but there are these
like a flirt, like a Tinder spell.
Well, it's more like it's supposed to be about I remember seeing it once. I'll have to dig it out. It might be on the video that Chrissy sent me ages ago, but they have a practice of love.
Oh.
And they're meant to make it like an offering. So I'm not getting it right away, but I can kind of look into that and check it out. So I mean, if he knows about Sune and he knows about that, then at least it's a good pretext for.
There you go. Just gotta fulfill your ritual.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I like this plan.
It kind of reminds me. Do you guys remember you've read Douglas Adams?
No.
A little bit.
Okay, well, Douglas Adams, there was one planet where everybody claimed to be virgins, but they had this thing that they did every once in a while where they all went off in the woods together in couples, and they came back looking sweaty with their hair mussed and insisting they were still virgins. And it kind of reminded me of that, which is sort of
I love it.
So it's a good, like I said, it's a good premise. It's more, sneaking as opposed to just bashing.
Yeah. Let's do it. We'll get him naked.
Yeah, here it is. Midsummer is a holy day, pleasure and joy. So, yeah. I'll have to look into the specific details, but...
I like this plan.
Okay.
It's a fun plan.
Come back again.
Okay. Well, now that you're back, we've decided that we're gonna seduce somebody.
Until it turns out
we. I shouldn't say we. That's not a we thing.
Who is
Elspeth is gonna seduce somebody, get their clothes off. Erasmus is gonna threaten to burn down a library. Not a literal library, just a library full of.
I'm not sure how any of this helps.
And then if he just shapes up, we'll not burn his shit down.
Oh.
Or we just take his spell book away and say that until he makes things right and he gets a better reputation, that he won't get his spell book back.
Yeah. We steal his spell book and hold that for ransom.
Pretty much.
It's a book hostage.
Yeah, so midsummer is the holy day of Sune, and it is the pleasure and joy of the church to once again, I'll find it.
Does it have to be on midsummer?
Well, I was busy midsummer.
Oh, yeah, because isn't it like late summer, early fall? No.
It is basically,
But I can.
however,
Mhm.
it's not as if the followers of Sune are known to be sticklers when it comes to.
Yeah, it's kind of like a get it once a year kind of thing. If you can do it on the high holiday, that's the best. But
All right. I think we got a plan.
an offering to the goddess of love, we'll call it.
Now we got to find him
Now
in
he's
a
gonna,
city.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you go back to the inn?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's an inn. This might be a good place to stop for today.
Sure.
You've certainly done quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And if we start doing all the planning and like interacting with him, that's a couple of more hours at least.
yeah, so this might be sort of you just go and you get a room at the inn, and then we'll pick it up
Cool.
the next day.
Cool.
Next week.
Good.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, it's very much fun.
Good.
Oh, I love a bit of tarot reading in my game.
Mm.
So, yeah, we'll see if he's into redheads. And
Well, let's see if he's into girls in the.
well, he got
to
someone
begin.
pregnant. That was how I kind of figured it could.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's a good point.
He's into chicks at least. He might also be
Yeah.
into other people, but
I was like, oh yeah, this is a great plan to seduce him until it turns out he's gay.
Yes.
No, you're right. Like he's.
so yes, yeah. So we've got that as much. All right, so check back next week to see if one of our terrible plans goes awry again. Thank you again to our dungeon mistress Chrisiousity, who always does such a great job making this world so vibrant and alive and fun for us. And also to everyone who plays their characters so well and makes us laugh. So yeah, until next time, goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Party. I did the bit.